Do you trust the people around you, or does desperation turn allies into threat? Mind plays tricks, unbelievers. Time sounds of the first change. Isolation chips away. How far to look to get by? And if rescue finally have you been something else? Where? Ended up negative. But whenever I ask her, she won't. I pretend to be encouraged. To consider
Hey, Jim and Joe. Jim, I hope you're feeling a little better. I'm still battling the same thing you are, the hips, the back, the knees, everything.
I'll be right there. Time. Duty calls. Tell me what you know. I think we can substitute contact.
Oh, why?
Space never to be heard from again. My sources say that the data they said about the territory piercing unneeded blessings. I don't think they know. They just don't want anyone crossing their borders. Will they negotiate? Will they respond to them? It's hard to say. There's some belief that they need an applicant and claim to space, that they're nothing more than pernicious for these vendors. In which case, the focus of the floor of their views. We're being held.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Yeah, well, I'm just coming to the realization that I'm not going to be here forever. And my number one concern, of course, is Boone. If anything happens to me, I got to make sure Boone is taken care of.
We're just trying to make our own help.
Send a ship to rocket. We need criteria. We are considered reports.
Oh, man.
I think they're willing to talk.
Why they would let us this?
I suspect it was a calculated attempt to intimidate us. Granted, Jenny, next time me in my bedroom, we should talk about this meeting.
Captain, get like when was the last time?
Thanks. No, answer so fast.
You suggest that we conduct our talk in this solid view, considering the assumptions we could test.
The weather's been just kind of iffy here, as you can see on the screen, and I don't think it's going to clear up anytime soon. Yeah, it looks like rain all the way till next Sunday. Mostly cloudy, partly cloudy, mostly sunny. Partly cloudy, partly cloudy. AM showers, partly cloudy, partly cloudy, partly cloudy, and PM showers next Sunday. So Monday is supposed to be mostly sunny, Tuesday mostly cloudy, Wednesday showers, Thursday AM showers, Friday mostly cloudy, Saturday partly cloudy, next Sunday mostly sunny. So I got a whole week of nothing. More down than up, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. TJ, how you doing? What are you doing, TJ? You keeping busy?
Several minutes for it. So you can't look directly at the projectors on the complex. No. They're anything. They might have caused holographic objects and characters to appear outside the holodeck. Not that I'm aware of. I'm sure your experiments would explain it. Captain, it has to be real. We're gonna figure out what it is.
Brenda. I hope you and Bill and little Angel are doing well.
I'll contact you. Overseer, have you set up the diagnosis? We're ready, Captain. Go ahead.
Captain Joe's not here yet. He's talking about coming in, but don't know.
It's a costume.
Relatively is. Very traffic good.
Let me check something else. I can't. Chicken, I'm delighted to see you. Do you want a snack? No. But I wanted to ask you about coffee. Do you like it? It's delicious. I was just trying to remember all the dishes. There was something Thursday.
Roger W's. Downbound at the salt dock. Be advised, triple oil is turning out me.
I think the other one. Big one. And a copy of certain 19.
Roger W reporting downbound at the salt docks. Be advised, the Caribou Isle is turning out of the main channel into Sonali Cart. Roger, there we go.
We made it. So. Would you like it? Sure, okay. It's all right, Felix. You feel what I need to do. Thanks.
Possibly. Did you go to the hospital?
Yes,
And was that relaxing?
it's interesting. I'm not sure about the facts.
There are other possibilities we should consider. I want to scan for airborne bacteria and viruses. We should investigate the possibility of an alien intrusion. And I'd like to do a cerebral cortical scan.
No,
Yes.
I don't know. Strange. Oh, suddenly I felt shivery. Someone was walking on your grave.
Mm-hmm.
Just an understanding other way of describing the feeling.
Not at all.
To hear my expression after I think it.
My program is plugged me up with the trivia. They programmed even far more important than that. Yes, would you please get my sublingual scan?
Yes, doctor.
It's about my mother's brain. There's no one inside, so coffins empty.
Doctor. Doctor. What do you see here?
I see.
I see. And I also see my heart. Doctor. Right, amen. What is there something here? Bounce off me, bounce off the world with right into you. I thought you became a mirror. You reflected her back toward me. I've been doing some mental exercises to develop telepathic abilities, but we haven't done it.
That's how I'm able to determine the pulse based hallucinations. What did you refer to?
Hey, Mark White, how you doing?
Let's talk it out. Now, Cass. On the ice.
Oh, Mark. How you doing, Mark?
Not too bad, Paul. Not too bad. You all right?
Yeah. Just a little sore here and there, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a ship this afternoon, Brenda, but I got one this morning too, so that makes two for today. And they're both on YouTube, Facebook, I think. Anyway,
Did you get your account on Facebook sorted back out?
no.
All right.
What I do though is when I go over and I edit the videos, it automatically puts them, and I think it's Facebook, and it could be just YouTube. So
Yeah.
hi, Boner. Say hello to everybody. Yeah. What are you thinking? What? I think Boone wants to go out. Be right back.
Okay.
Does he have some information? I know he's been doing research. I'll check with him. You probably want him on the bridge. They put on it. I'm not sure.
I see nobody's joined, huh, Mark?
No, not yet.
Everybody's probably just taking a break today. I don't know if anybody else is on or not, but
I
I haven't looked.
don't think so. Drone Seekers International was on earlier, but they finished an hour ago.
Who was?
Drone Seekers International.
Oh, okay.
It's run by an English guy, and they've got a couple in Spain. And Marcus is usually on, but he's not on this weekend because it was his birthday yesterday. I assume he's
And we know Uncle Bill
out
was busy too, right?
yeah. I don't think I've seen Uncle Bill on Drone Seekers.
Yeah, Brenda, I'm the same way. When I was younger, in particular, I was tickled to death with mashed potatoes, gravy, meatloaf, and maybe some corn or some whatever.
Mm-hmm.
understand that she's not able to come to reach me. And in her absence, our protocols allow me to view the place. Our request is the same. We'd like permission to cross through space as quickly as possible.
What kind of weapon system do you possess?
I'm not sure why that information is necessary.
How do I know you weren't ahead of you? Here to attack our center.
I don't know. Answer. We're a peaceful people. If you doubt us, what happened?
I terminated the transmission, Commander. It looked like an accidental function.
I'm concerned about the monopolies. Getting them to residual energy displacements.
Two discrete readings, one off the port valve, one on the stopper. We have to consider the possibility of ships.
Rigorous orders, Mr. Jarvis.
Aye, sir. Two ships debugging. Ship is not on the list. It is a little identified. Shield at 87%. Minor damage on decks 4 and 12. They're turning back for another strike. Initiating evasive pattern fade in 2. The weapons online. Powering the left. Phase memories. Shield down to 83%. Return fire.
Jim, I think shrimp cocktail goes more with a salad than it does with mashed potato.
I can't stay here.
Oh, Jim last night made boiled shrimp and shrimp cocktail and mashed potatoes. Oh, wow. Good for you, Jim.
You're not getting one. The captain is mine.
I don't think so. I think that.
So,
Yes, Brenda.
pink shrimp. Okay.
It's. I see.
Mr. Kent, shut down visual.
Trying, Captain. You won't terminate.
Mr. Chuba, you are multiplicating gamma since I want any evidence defensively.
Well, what do you think, Mark? Should we continue on or?
Yeah, Joe said earlier that he'd be on in a bit. Dominic will just be getting up.
We started this up 25 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know you started early.
It's just you and I. Well, of course, we got Brenda and Jim in the chat, but
And TJ.
and TJ. Well, TJ stopped in, but he didn't. I don't know if he's busy or usually when he pops in like that, he's at work.
Yeah.
He didn't say if he was at work or not, or
No, he didn't mention it this morning.
in the meantime, I'm going to set up a resident first from the fourth court. That'll probably block the field by guilty quiet tonight. Don't find it out there. If the field is violent, you might have some. You better get the tenant warrant to hand to engineering. Mr. Nealis, if the crew ever needed a morale officer, now's the time. See if you can help.
Lance probably isn't back from his
Oh,
esports.
there's a lot of people out doing different things. I understand that, but it's just rather than sit here and stare at each other, Mark, I don't know what to do.
Just leave it till somebody turns up. They will do.
Okay,
You'll-
Brenda. Brenda says
you'll-
yes, please continue.
You'll only end up getting bored if you don't stay on.
I can't get response from anybody. It's like they can't talk.
Same old shit. On the radio, see 50 people just sitting and staring.
Have you been through the momentary introduction to the playoff? Were there any issues with not helping on board?
I'll find out. Chakotay to Jaguar. Chakotay to the captain, please respond. Chakotay to anyone else. Give Paris anybody. Maybe last what's left.
What do we do?
I think we should take an escape pod. We passed 11 class planet yesterday. Odds against it. We can try and get help.
Oh, wait, that might be too late.
Maybe not. You stay here whenever you need us.
You have to keep trying to set up the money.
What? You doing more?
I can't believe you're saying this. You know we have to stay here and try to help you.
I want you to be.
Hi, Jody.
Chakotay one day.
Jim says TJ is at work. Justin's probably stuffing his face with fresh Cheetos.
Yeah, we didn't get a report back of how he made out at Walmart, did we?
No.
He says, get out of the way. Just telling you what you already know. The going gets tough.
Mind you, his missus is away now, so that means he's got to deal with
Oh yeah, he's got the
sorting
kids
out
and
food
everything
for the
else.
kids.
And all of their issues or drama or dilemmas.
Yeah.
Frank Rizzo.
Jake Legend. Jake Minutes, how are you there? Engineering, respond. If anyone in engineering can hear me, I'm online. You're going to control of security is locked out.
Brenda Paul does read the chat. It's just that he seems to get it like a minute behind everybody else.
Oh, here comes Justin now.
Brenda asked you, Paul, why you were hurting. Did you have a fall?
No, just old age is it's getting worse all the time.
Yeah,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Just took another nap.
Yeah.
Took 2 naps today.
So did they replace your Cheetos?
Oh, yeah. So I went up there and I explained to the manager what corporate told me and everything, and he said, "Oh, don't worry, we're gonna take care of you." So he's like, "I'm gonna give you the $7 back and give you a $25 gift card on top of that." So I just put it. I just haven't put it all on the gift card, so I ended up with $32 for $7 worth of Cheez-Its.
Oh,
I wasn't complaining.
Did they have any
Yeah.
fresh Cheetos or were they all old?
No, they had to take them. They literally had gotten the call like 2 minutes after I got to the customer service desk that they had to take all the Cheez-Its off the shelf and go through them.
Oh, Cheez-Its, not Cheetos. Yeah.
Yeah, they had to literally, they were told by corporate, take them all off the shelf, and you have to have a couple employees sit there and sift through them and make sure
sort
that,
them out, huh?
yep. But the thing is the Cheez-Its are usually done by, if I'm not mistaken, that's a vendor item. So technically, I'm pretty sure Cheez-Its is one of the vendor items.
Good
Yeah,
evening, Donald.
I was saying it was
Um,
Cheez-Its, right?
And
Yeah.
Mark keeps on saying Cheetos, and I was like, I
Yeah.
think it was Cheez-Its.
But I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Cheez-Its is one of the vendor items, if I remember correctly. So they should be rotating their own shit.
Mm-hmm.
not absolutely certain what Cheez-Its are, but I do know what Cheetos are.
Cheez-Its are little
Cheez-Its are
cheese crackers.
crackers.
Well, those little square cheese crackers.
Oh, like Tuck.
The little ones like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they also have like Toasties and different other brands of them.
Whoa, you got it on.
Yep. Now I got trim along here.
You did a good job on that, doll.
Yeah.
That looks like something you would have went to like somebody and had them do for you. Not
Oh.
bad. Not bad for you. That's the first time you've ever done anything like that, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. Good job.
Unless you count the carpet at the end. I did do carpet in the buggy.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I remember when you were doing that.
But building the box, it's the first time I've done something like that, yeah.
I remember when you were doing the carpet because you were trying to decide how you were going to tack it down to the floor, I believe.
Yep. No,
Did you
now I'm ready
put
to do an
any,
experiment
did you
along
put
the
any
door
sound?
edge. What?
Did you put any soundproofing under the carpet, or is it just a waste of time?
Soundproofing under the carpet.
Yeah.
Make sure your wife wipes her feet before she gets in.
Now,
Before you put her in the box.
now what I'm going to do is on that door where I'm trimming it, I'm going to take a heat gun. I want to do a test on the edge. I'm thinking about taking a heat gun with the narrow nozzle and see if I can't melt along the edge and then just tamp it down with a wet finger.
I'll kind of seam it up.
Just to seam that
Yes,
up and keep
stop
it
it
from
from fraying.
unraveling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. That might work. So you're going to just try it a couple little small pieces?
Yeah, I got scrap piece right here. That's what I'm doing right now.
It's either that or just use super glue or something.
I could. It could be glued down, but
Well, if you melt them and intertwine all those twines and everything, that should
Yeah.
never go anywhere. That should last a long time.
But it's probably some form of nylon, and
yeah.
the super glue will
But
melt.
but the
super
thing
glue will
is,
melt it
Jessica,
anyway.
Just be careful.
I mean, I've glued it down.
No, I think you did a really good job for never really building a box and put carpet on it and all that.
Hello,
stuff.
Randy. How you doing?
And I like the fittings you or the lock fittings you chose. Those look
Frank's
nice.
here.
I didn't really choose those. Those were off of a truck at my old job, and they changed out the locks. Well, instead of just changing out the little tiny barrel locks, they pulled
Randy.
the entire locking mechanism out and replaced those for some ungodly reason. And those were supposed to be tossed away. And I was like, I can't see throwing those away. And so I've had them down here before I had a dune buggy. I just knew that someday I might have a use for those.
Do those have a key to lock them?
Yeah,
Yeah, what'd you just go get a new key made or something?
no, keys came with it
Uh,
here. So,
oh, nice.
yes, so that'll lock it. It can open here, and that's the actual locking mechanism there. And that's open, that's locked. Take the key.
Did you get,
Did
do
I
they
put it in
use,
upside
do
down?
they,
Yeah, I did.
do they both use the same
Now
key?
that does not turn. Yeah, they both use the same key.
Oh, great. That's even better.
And so
Does the buggy have opening doors, or do you just have to climb in?
you just climb in.
Yeah, his is about as open as it can be.
Hmm.
No roof, no doors.
Hmm.
So yeah, so Donald was at a stoplight. He'd be a relatively easy rob. It's not like he's gonna speed out of there like some Corvette.
Oh yeah.
He'd be getting away. Leave me alone. Fucking taking off.
Yeah, they'll be able to keep up with him walking.
Sir, just get out of the car. Come on, don't make this robbery difficult. It sucks. No power, no internet, no TV. Now Jody's out of power.
Oh dear.
Yeah, like I said, when you lose power, you don't realize how much of your shit runs off just the internet.
Oh yeah.
Power in general. And
Yeah.
it's just like, fuck, dude. It's almost like you just go into dark ages.
Hmm.
I mean, the saving grace for most of people is their cell phone because it will run off the cell tower. So you can still
Yeah.
use that while you're at home.
Which is why he's on as Frank and not as
Jody, yeah.
Jody. Yeah. Drum shots.
Yeah, that's super. There you go to try to fucking make a bowl of cereal and you fuck, I ain't got no Wi-Fi. I can't open the fridge. I can't get to the milk.
Open the fridge doors, Hal. I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the weather looked really nice in Carolina.
It looks really nice where Sarah's at. She's got a nice view of the mountains and
I
everything.
don't know how it is down there where Brenda is in Florida, but I suppose it's nice.
Warm down here.
It's chilly here. It's 48 degrees.
I'd rather have that.
Howdy.
I actually like cold, like dreary, cloudy days sometimes. Sometimes it's just nice. You just stay inside and have a nice warm day in the house.
We got at the moment.
Every once in a while, those kind of days to me are relaxing.
Down to 11 degrees, feels like 7.
No, it's warm down here. It's probably in the 80s right now. Let me see what my watch says.
It's 11.
Never mind, it doesn't say anything 'cause it's not connected to my phone. Fuck.
Yeah, have you connected your phone to your new watch? Or you watched your new phone?
Yeah, I've gone through everything and reconnected everything, signed back into everything. And actually, since I pretty much usually just log in with my Google, because most sites give you that option now, it
Yeah.
makes it so much easier signing in when you go to re-sign into things. You don't have to sit there and put emails and passwords in. You just go continue with Google. Google
Yeah.
authorizes it.
Which account do you want to use? The Google
Plus-
account I've got,
Well, plus that's more secure anyway because it's Google doing it on your behalf.
Mm,
So
Yeah.
it can actually be a little bit more secure.
Mine always gives you the option of logging in with Google or Facebook.
Yeah, it does that too, but sometimes I find a lot of sites just it will say you can log in with Facebook, but then you'll do it and it will give you that fucking error and say,
Yeah.
"Oh, we don't have authorization to authorize you to this site." I'm like, "What the fuck do you have it on there for then?"
Yeah. Oh, it looks like we beat you by 1 degree, Paul. We're at 49.
I actually don't mind cold weather if it's 40s or higher.
Well, I mean, it was relatively high during the day. It was about 20. But of course, now it's night and the sun's not out, so it gets colder.
Anything below the 40s, that's when it starts getting uncomfortable. Just like that's when you got to really be bundled up.
You know, it's going to get down to about that overnight. It says 7 degrees.
The thing is, like, cold weather is to me so much better to deal with when you're just going from your house to the car, or from the car to the store.
Mm.
You know, it's when it's only really when you're standing outside for long periods that it starts to get like, oh, you know, you start getting real cold and shit. But heat, man, it's just like fuck.
Mm.
Just going from your house to your car, you're gonna be sweating your ass off.
Yeah, we don't usually have that problem.
Now, I'd rather get in a cold car than a hot ass car that's, you know, 120, 140
Oh, yeah.
inside.
Yeah.
Dude, out when I lived in Southern California in the desert and like blazing ass summer, you couldn't get in the car. You had to open the doors and let that bitch air out for about 30 seconds. Because if you got in, it was so hot you couldn't breathe.
Mm. Yeah.
And out there, you'll push your air conditioner on your car to its limits for sure. That's usually one of the systems that fails on cars the most out there is usually with the cool something with the either cooling system, water pump, or radiator, or something will fucking break on you.
Mm. Yeah, I guess we don't worry about the aircon in the car all that much because we don't use it very often.
Who was it? There was a car company back in the, I think it was the 60s or 70s, and they built, it was either Chevy or Ford. I think it was Ford, built a bunch of cars for Iraq, and they were designed for the like really hot weather.
Yeah.
And then something happened with where the US government and Iraq got into it or something. So they ended up like dumping all these cars in Canada where they weren't really made for the cold.
Yeah.
I remember watching a video on that. I don't remember which car it was, but yeah, it was back in like either the 60s or 70s, I believe. When Iraq pissed the US off and they put some kind of sanctions on them or something. And now the cars are considered, I think, collectibles in Canada.
Forgot to go to the store and get new X-Acto knife blades.
I just had to use those earlier. I redid my keyboard tray that I have that props my keyboard up, and I went to the dollar store and got a little cheap roll of vinyl. They had them all marked to $5. I got to register like it's $2.25. I was like, oh, okay. Okay, ain't mad at that. Little like 4 foot. It was like 4 foot by 48, 4 foot by 2 foot. Like the perfect size I needed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't use all of it, but it was the perfect width. Definitely not high quality vinyl, but it was rolls of vinyl you could buy for cricket machines and shit.
Uh-huh.
But it worked for what I needed it for. So. It's always nice when you think of something costs a certain price, you get up there and find out it's like half price.
Mm. Yep.
What about a hurricane, Dusty? What's up, TJ? And no, TJ, I didn't work on that video, dude. I was so wiped today. I ended up taking 2 different naps.
Dusty.
'Cause I didn't sleep for shit last night, and then I had to take Sarah to the airport this morning.
Sarah's on.
Sarah's in the chat.
Yep, she's in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Is she having a good time?
Oh, she's tired. They're not really doing anything today, so she's just at her hotel room, and then she said it's a really nice little hotel, and they have a restaurant downstairs and everything. So like, I don't feel like going down there, so we'll just go down there and order something and take it back up to the room with you.
Well,
So they might-
get one of the young guys down there to give her a back rub.
Oh, I will fucking hit an old man. I'm not above elderly abuse.
Now, Jeff,
What?
I told you it's a few hours drive from me, and it's probably too far for me to actually drive. But if you really need me to,
You can go give her a back rub. All right.
I can go keep her company if you need me to.
I'll hit a middle-aged man too.
Hey, Don, that's so kind of you to think of her, you know?
Why would you hit me? I'm just offering to hang out with her. You said she didn't have anything to do.
Yeah, he could show her a few things to do.
Yeah,
I've never been to Hot Springs. We could explore. We could have just an adventure.
Yeah.
take her a trip in the in the buggy.
I'm sure. Oh, no, there's no way the buggy would make it.
I wouldn't trust that fucking thing to make it that far.
It needs new tires first. Also, it's raining. All right. So here you can kind of see I'm working on the edge, trimming up the edge so you can see there's where it overhangs. And that's how it's going to.
Oh yeah, that looks good. She's seen that up good.
Says she sent you some pictures.
Oh yeah.
She sent Don pictures? What a girl.
Well, thank you, Sarah. I'll look here in a minute. Justin, if they're spicy, do you want me to forward them to you?
Shut up. Now here's the drive that she went on. That's actually really nice looking. Really nice scenery.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's Arkansas.
That's actually not a bad view from the hotel.
That's from her hotel?
Yeah.
I see views like that all the time, Justin.
Yeah, well, we don't have mountains in Florida, so we don't get to see all that.
Well, technically, where she's at, I don't know if there's mountains. The Boston, you have the Boston Mountains, but I think in Hot Springs, you said Hot Springs, right?
Yeah.
The hills are a little bit lower.
Who's the little guy? Who's the guy that's in the car?
Paul, you're pushing it.
I don't care if it rains or freezes.
Looks pretty similar to most of our cars over here.
Oh, I've got my plastic Jesus.
Riding on the dashboard of my car.
Sitting on the dashboard of my car. Going 90, I ain't scary, cause I got the Virgin Mary. Sure me, I won't go to hell.
Appalachian Mountains. I've been through every state at least once, but Alaska and Hawaii are the only two I haven't been to. Been up.
Isn't that the Appalachian?
Appalachian.
Not in Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
Don't they say Appalachian?
No, they don't. Those aren't the Appalachian.
All right.
Yeah. No. She's talking about Randy
No,
was
that
talking
was
about
Jim.
in Kentucky.
All right. Yeah.
He said he's never been
He's in a bit western.
never been farther west than that.
Here comes Captain Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Okay, I'm here finally. I've been outside underneath the car, me and my son going at it again.
What's up with it this time?
The ex-wife's car.
Ah.
Stop. Look, you ready for this? Are you ready for this? She said it hasn't been running right. She knows she needs an oil change, right? It's
Mhm.
been missing real bad. So it's been idling bad and just acting funny.
It's not usually oil.
Well, let me tell you, there's oil if you only got a freaking quart of oil in your car.
Hmm. Yeah, it's overheating then.
She's lucky she had a car.
Mm.
So either way.
So you ended up doing an oil change.
Well, I didn't. He did. But like I said, I didn't even hear from my daughter for a week until she called me. Hey, we got to drop off the keys. Where you at, bitch? You know, say hello, Dad. You know. I told her that. She goes, "Well, that was rude." I said, "Yeah, it was." Bye. Hung up the phone. I said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm on my way home. I'll be home in a minute. Just wait. Wait your ass down."
Oh, she must have got my call about all that money you gave into.
You know what you can do? You know what you can do, right? I'm gonna be nice and say, "Pack it in." I'm be nice enough just to say, "Pack it in."
How much did she get off you?
They ain't got shit. None of them got shit. It's locked in my safe.
You go to a safe later, it's gonna be I owe you, Dad.
Yeah, I'll use it.
They do not have the code to my safe.
What's that? The money for the drone?
Yeah. I put enough in there now to get me through till I get paid for in the middle of July when I start making money again. Stop.
Ah, the money for
I'll
the
give you something in
event.
a minute.
Well, Joe, I
And
got
then, like I said, if I get that other one, if I get a replacement and State Farm says do ahead and file it, I'm gonna file.
Hmm.
well, Joe, I ended up getting a $25 courtesy gift card with $7
From
added on
Walmart.
to it as well. So I ended up with $32.
Well, Walmart sucks too right now.
Joe's not happy with anybody.
I went to Walmart last night, the big store, and there's there's barely any frozen fruit, none like I get. They had the little mango thing, which is good, but I'm not gonna spend $4 for the mangoes. I'm gonna spend $9 and get 4 pounds of shit, not a pound. So then I just did a research on it today. I went to see if they had it. I went last night after we got off, ran down there, got the dog food I needed because I didn't have any for them for the day. No fruit, no frozen fruit. So I get back home. Now I did buy a bag of that famous chicken. It went down to $11. I bought a bag of that. So because I was out, that gives me chicken. That way I don't have to go eat anywhere. I could eat here. I got stuff to make like a chicken salad today. All I've eaten today was 2 biscuits all day. But that's how I've been eating with this medicine. And I get in there and I come back and check, and it says check nearby store. Guess where the closest store that has that frozen fruit? North Alabama. Like, you got to be kidding me. None in the area. So why? Somebody forgot to order it, or they're not going to do it anymore, or they're changing it, or something's going on. It really aggravates the hell out of me.
One thing I've always learned, Joe, is that about the time you think you got it under control, it doesn't. It comes to a screeching halt.
No, when you start losing control, you
Well-
change the method a little bit. Right, Donald?
Walmart has one of the most sophisticated ordering systems in the world. And they even track weather, and they know they automatically will ship Pop-Tarts to areas where there's severe weather going through, because they know that in times when people lose power, stuff like that, Pop-Tarts are really popular. So they will send extras because they know it's going to.
So my
So
question is,
obviously
where's
not
the
enough
frozen
people.
fruit? Where's
Probably
the
not
frozen
what-
fruit for smoothies going?
Probably not enough people in your area are wanting it.
Frozen fruit people, yeah.
They're not gonna order stuff just for Joe. That
No,
wouldn't
I'm
be
saying-
efficient.
For smoothies in the area because it's freaking hot now. So, hey, get that
Yeah.
crap in here, you know?
So when there's no power, they send loads of Pop Tarts that they can't heat up.
I said
Well,
no.
just go to another grocery store.
Pop-Tarts are edible without heating up. That's why they send them.
Ah,
I'm sure other grocery stores around there got frozen fruit you can
Yeah,
buy.
but they don't have that big bag. You're gonna buy a
What
1
about
pound bag
Sam's?
for $5.
What about
Sam's
or
don't have
Costco?
that anymore.
Costco?
Sam's only has the little 2 pound bags for $7, and it's just like peaches, frozen peach, strawberries.
Oh, you have to buy them all
Sam's used to
separate.
have the bigger bag, a 5 pound bag for $9.
So just go buy a 2 pound bag of each and do your own mix.
I need to go see if Costco's got it.
There you go. That's what I was about to say. Check and see if Costco's got them.
'Cause I'm about pissed. Y'all can hear me. I'm about pissed on this.
We couldn't tell, Joe. You're usually your happy self.
You can probably order it online, just have it shipped to your house.
No, you can't order it either.
It's frozen.
It don't matter. They'll send it in dry ice.
It asked me if I want to pick it up today, right? And when I said yes, it said in northern Alabama. Like, know where I live,
Did you
My
have it
store
for
is
pickup
in
only though?
Louisiana. Huh?
Did you have it for pickup only though?
No, it said not available, pickup today, or delivery not available, right?
Okay,
I said pick up
Joe.
today, so I hit it. And this first store shows up in Alabama.
I know you're competing for it, so I'm just gonna let you win, okay?
well, just
You've won the prize for first world problems of the day.
There you go. Hey,
buy some fresh fruit and put it in the freezer.
Has Costco got it?
I haven't looked at. I'm gonna look.
I can't believe that I cannot
Oh,
get my
man.
fresh fruit delivered right here to me.
Dude, I can go right now and get berry mix, mixed fruit, strawberries and banana blend, blueberries, mangoes, pineapple chunks. I can even get just banana slices that are frozen.
You get Trump side now.
Oh, the dry.
They even have frozen dragon fruit.
Wow.
Even the oddball shit.
Frank Rizzo says State Farm's going to stop insuring drones because of Joe.
Don't stay in his own lane. Now this thing's telling me I'm in Brookhaven, Mississippi. Come on, bitch. I'm not there.
Well, the thing too, Jim, with DJI drones, I know you can get them on their website, the newer ones, but in the stores, they're always like 4 generations behind on the fucking drones. Like they'll be coming out with like a Mini 6 and they'll just be getting the Mini 3 in there. The stores have a shitty selection of drones. But sometimes you'll find, like Mike did, Mike went in there and they had the DJI Mini 2 for like $150. And he went in there, I think he bought 2 of them. They had them on clearance. And he was able to scoop up 2 of them. And he was going to go back and get the other 2, but somebody ended up buying them before he got there. And that was only like a year ago or so he did that. That was a good deal. Pretty much, I mean, that's what flippers do. They just go into Walmarts and Targets and shit, find stuff that's on clearance, and they turn around and flip it online.
They don't help me any. That's why I don't like Costco.
But they don't have it either.
No, I don't need to be an Instacart. I'm not asking for delivery.
I would
Picky
I
ass
probably.
want to deliver.
shit, aren't you?
To be honest, though, I mean, and if you want to go through the hassle of going in there just to get some frozen fruit, you might as well just have it delivered. Might be a little bit more, but it's convenient.
And they had somebody new on Drone Seekers today, guy called JJ.
Yeah, JJ Grant.
Yeah, lives just outside of Disneyland or Disney World or whatever in Florida.
Disney
And
World.
I think he's rivaling Paul because he says he started off. He said he wanted the best drone under $500, and he's now up to £9,000 under $500.
Uh,
He's got two Air 2Ss and a Mini 2 in the pond behind him.
so Donald, Joe's bitching about getting food delivered is even worse. First world argument
Uh-huh.
or complaint, I should say. I don't want to get my food delivered.
No, they don't have any.
Poor kids in Africa starving right now. Joe don't want
What
to pay
you
my bill.
mean?
Tell them to move.
What do you mean they have fruit?
Tell them to move.
The fuck?
They get the fruit. If we get fruit, but it goes rotten in a day. We talk about this frozen stuff.
They don't have.
Yeah, they go out and buy frozen fruit when you consider all the fruit that they grow in Florida.
Two of my cousins, their own homes were damaged, still intact. Walmart didn't have money to purchase fruit. They said too many people were bringing DJI drones back for a warranty. That's what Jim said.
Well, you can
But
you can go on
Jim's
Walmart's
droning.
site right now and buy Air 3S.
Yeah, see, on their site, you can get the newest ones, but they never carry the latest ones in the stores.
Hello, Jim. How you
saying.
doing?
But see, Walmart's online site carries a lot more shit since they added third-party sellers like 2 years ago. Because they used to, when you used to go on Walmart's website, it was just strictly Walmart selling stuff. But then, obviously they saw how successful and how big Amazon got by adding third parties, and they went the same direction. Because now you can go on there and buy fucking Jordan shoes. They don't sell Jordans at Walmart. You pretty much buy whatever you can think of on there.
Yeah, they're all trying to compete with eBay.
Now, I would say Amazon's definitely sells more risque shit than Walmart does, because you'll find a lot more marital stuff on there than you will on Walmart's site. Because Walmart always tries to advertise as shit as neck massagers.
I think it just
So-
auto suggests what they think you need.
Okay,
'Cause
maybe I'll get it soon.
I don't get those suggestions, Justin.
No, but I'm saying is like you go on there on Walmart's
Oh,
site
I get what you're saying.
and it will show some girl holding the fucking dildo up to her neck like a neck massager.
Always
Like,
get
get your personal
It doesn't
massager.
show. It doesn't show on my Amazon. Is what I'm telling you.
always gets me. They call it marital aids when most of the people use it are the ones that aren't married.
No, you gotta have a bag of toys, man.
So the key word in that massage is personal, right?
No,
Yeah, personal massager.
I don't have a bag of toys. I don't think my wife has a bag of toys. I've never seen it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So once this is trimmed, I'll pull that out and glue those last edges to keep them from fraying, because I can see how that could be a problem.
But the
Reason why
Southeastern
Brenda
girls got
was not
spanked today,
talking
9-0, or 8-0.
I think you should use a better word than that.
Fort Gay, West Virginia.
Yeah, but they were. I
Got
didn't get to
both
see the
Jim,
game. It was on freaking ESPN Plus.
you got both Jims in the chat. Jim's droning and Jim from Michigan.
Hello, other Jim.
Oh.
Seemingly, Ferguson's emotions sometimes, he just handles everything as you would expect. But it's hard to explain this. You're not supposed to be able to do this every single
So we know it's gonna be on a news cycle for the next 3 months.
second shot there when it does. So this is turning out very much now, Jeff.
What's that?
Biden diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Really?
Yeah, it's on there, right? It's been on there all day since they came out with it. It's an aggressive form. They said it's attached to the bone, but they're saying that it is treatable.
I thought prostate cancer was pretty much a death sentence.
No,
It
No,
could
not
be.
really.
not anymore.
Depends upon how bad it is, any diagnosis.
That's what
And-
Uncle Bill.
And with that particular ex-president, they're lying through their teeth when you say, "Oh no, it's curable. Oh, it's okay. He's gonna be fine."
Well, I believe that too.
Well, it depends on, I guess, how early they caught it too, though.
And the
It-
treatments have gotten a lot more advanced
yeah.
on how they can target the radiation and stuff. My
Well,
dad
that's
had it.
what Dr. Siegel's talking about that right now, how the difference in the treatments now. But
Well,
you know, I hate to say it, I'm gonna sound cold-blooded. I'm just trying to figure out why they're coming out with this now. What are they trying what's the diversion about?
If it's aggressive, it all depends on how far it's spread as well.
I mean, what would be the point of, why would you use that as a diversion? What would be the point?
Yeah, I
Who
don't know.
cares?
They always come out with something to change the narrative. I don't know. And I hate
At
to
the end of
sound
the day,
cold-blooded
though,
about it.
at the end of the day, though, I ain't gonna change anything national that's going on.
Yeah, it's not.
If he was still president, that'd be one thing. Obviously, that'd be a big shakeup because it's like, is he fit for office? Would his vice president take over? Like, there would be a bunch of things lingering
Well,
in
they're
that
saying
sense.
that
But he's
this
just
is
now a regular civilian at this point.
yeah, they're saying he's been diagnosed with it now, but they're saying that he's had it for a while he was in office, probably.
No, it's all
Well,
the same thing that King Charles has got in it or had.
Yeah,
like I
something like that.
said too, it probably depends on, did they just catch it and they can tell that he had it for maybe the past year and just didn't know it, or
Well, they did say he had urinary problems for the last year.
yeah, maybe it just
So why
wasn't
they didn't
caught.
catch it?
I don't know.
Kamala saying, "Damn, I missed a chance."
Oh, for fuck's sake! Here we go.
Well, your prostate isn't actually to do with it urinary.
It can.
Joe said, "I don't want to sound mean," and then took that statement right down the fucking
Yeah,
line.
I'm not trying to sound mean, but I'm just saying, you know.
Hmm.
Oh man. Hey, Justin, I wanted to let you know, I was biting my nails today because I looked down at my gas tank and I was at 180 miles.
Uh-huh.
And I was thinking, oh shit, forgot to go get gas. So I had to go get gas. So I was at 194 miles when I got the gas. And I was freaking out saying, well, if I run out of gas, I'm gonna be mad. I can't tell anybody because of that gauge. And I filled it up. It only took uh 8.3 gallons. So you know what that means? I got like a 13-gallon tank. So I could probably go about 220 if I needed to.
Mm.
That'd
Yeah,
still
yeah.
be safe.
You know what my range is with the electric assist on a full tank?
Mm.
489 miles.
Wow. I could probably go further than that. I could probably get to about 250 before I'd have to really worry about it.
If I don't use any electric, my average fuel mileage is around 40.7 something miles per gallon. And then with the electric assist, the car charges itself and it has a dynamic braking that charges the battery. So you don't ever really have to plug it in. It's just
Yeah.
an option.
Well,
It automatically
well,
goes up to like 80 some miles a gallon, I will average with the
yeah,
electric assist.
when my mileage was working, I was about 320 on mileage when I really had to worry about it. Because I remember when I took those trips and I had to go up north and out to the west. I was sitting right at around 280, 290 and still had a quarter of a tank. But that's
Oh,
also driving on the highway. Around here, I'm getting about 24 miles to the gallon.
like I said, dude, going to a hybrid, I don't know if I could ever go back to a gas powered car anymore. The savings and the range is insane. And like I said, if you're getting a hybrid that you don't have to plug in, there are some that do
Yeah.
require you plug in. Mine has the option to plug in, but you don't have to. But I mean, just the range you get out of them is insane. It's just I don't know. I don't think I could ever go back to a gas powered car, a fully gas powered. I think hybrid's where it's at. It's kind of like a good middle ground.
And Joe Fortaleo's got one. A hybrid Bronco. It's the whatever the pickup truck model is.
And what's great about hybrids, well, most hybrids they'll use the electric up till I think 25 to 35 miles an hour usually, and then the gas will kick in. But the torque you get to take off, out
Mm-hmm.
onto a busy highway, anything like that, you have
Oh
wonderful
yeah,
speed
electric is
taking
just
off.
100% torque.
Yeah. So when you're taking off from a stoplight or you're turning onto a major highway, it gives you that nice boost, boom, to get up to speed real quick, and then boom, you're kicking in the gas. But
Yeah,
see,
it's
my car goes back and forth. It's
full
not like
horse
a general.
all the time.
Yeah, it's not a general hybrid. It will go a few miles on gas, few miles on electric, few miles on gas, and it goes back and forth. Like I said, with it being able to recharge itself, it makes it great because you're not really having to pay two bills. You're not paying electric and gas to keep it running.
Mm.
So I recommend it if anybody's looking to get a new car and they've never had a hybrid, check into them because you get mad discounts on them too from the government. They're still giving the rebates on them. I got 3,200 knocked off mine right off the bat.
That's not bad.
In the the hybrid pick up the Ranger Raptor or something.
No, it's the the Ford Maverick is a hybrid.
It might be the Maverick.
And that's actually a cheap truck. Now, granted, it's a solid body and it's a small truck, but they're only going for like I think 25,000 right
Mm.
out the gate, and they're hybrid.
You can get the Raptor as an electric.
Like I said, I'd recommend you really look into them if anybody's looking to get a new car because you will be, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with the fuel savings, how much you'll save in gas. Because me and Sarah fill that car up once a month, and that's it. And that's going back and forth to work every day, going to the store. where we used to, put $20 a week in, $20, $30 a week in the car. Now we're spending $30 a month. And my car's paid off, so I don't have no car payment or nothing on it. I bought that bitch straight out.
Wait, the car or Sarah?
The car.
No.
All right,
ass.
there he goes.
I got confused as to what you're talking about still.
See, Randy's
like-
I get 20 miles per gallon in my Explorer. Fuck that, dude. That's horrible gas mileage. In my opinion now. I used to be happy with that.
That's closer to 28 on our gallon, I suppose.
Yeah, roughly about 28 miles to a gallon.
But I mean, my Shogun, that was a 2.8 diesel turbo, and that only got 20 to the gallon.
You remember the little Ford Rabbits back, were the Volkswagen Rabbits?
Volkswagen,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the little diesel ones.
Or the hatchback.
It was the Golf.
Over here, they were Rabbits. They were called
Yeah.
the Rat.
We had the rabbits
Volkswagen
and the Golf.
Did you?
But
Well,
didn't
they-
those things get like 40, 50 miles to a gallon back then?
Yeah,
They
diesel.
were pretty good.
Yeah. But I think they were only a little 3-cylinder motor, weren't they?
The newer ones, if they were 1,000cc one, the Volkswagen Group had a 999
Oh,
three-cylinder
fuck
turbo.
that, Randy. He said he was getting 9 miles to a gallon in his Mustang. That's when you're watching your gauge fucking move. Dude, I get to the point where I gotta look at the gas gauge. Oh shit, what are we doing on gas? I ain't looked at it in like a week and a half. Like today to
Okay.
go, I filled up. We were almost on E today, and I filled up. It costs like, I think it was like around $25 to fill the car up, and I probably use an eighth of a tank to go to Orlando and back.
I probably go
About
that long
2 hour
without
drive.
checking my gas in my truck, but I work from home, so
Yeah.
there's weeks I don't even leave the house, and I'm almost to the end of the week. I'm like, holy shit, I haven't left the house. I'm going somewhere.
Yeah.
You got the ultimate gas saver. You just don't go
I'm
anywhere.
going. I'm going somewhere. I don't care where.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, that's a lot of miles. Yeah, I said I average 89 or something when I have using gas and electric, because you can choose. Like it gives you 3 options. You can run just gas. You can run just electric, but you can only get like 40 miles on just electric because it's not a big battery. Or you can run both. I just leave it on auto and it goes back and forth between the two. I keep my tank between 1/4 and 3/4.
Well, the heat gun is not going to work, so I'm going to have to pull the box back out one last time to glue down all my edges of the carpet to keep them from fraying. But it's about halfway through the project of trimming.
Ah, you're funny, Brenda. Hmm. No, actually, all the big truck guys now have been sticking up for the Tesla people. They've been going by the Tesla protests and fucking smoking them out with the diesels. I actually passed the Tesla dealership this morning in Orlando. That's the closest one we have, and I got to drive by it this morning and look at it.
I drove by the Tesla factory down in Texas. That thing is massive.
Oh, I can imagine, yeah. It's probably a couple million square feet, easy.
I think we've got a Tesla dealer that's about 2.5 miles away from here. right next to Manchester City Stadium. It used to be a Mercedes dealership.
Walmart's got a distribution center not too far from here, and I think it's like 1.5 million. So yeah, I can imagine a car manufacturing plant, a modern one like that's probably way bigger.
I'm trying to
than that.
remember how, I don't remember how many square miles it is, or how many square feet it is. I do know that at 80 miles an hour, it took either, it was close to a minute. I can't remember above or below, but still at 80 miles an hour to get even close to a minute to drive
Well,
past it.
Well, you'll get
my
an idea.
third.
You'll get an idea because a normal Walmart store is like 200 and some thousand, like 220,000 feet or square feet. And Walmart's distribution is 1.5 million, so it kind of gives you an idea. That's fucking huge. Yeah, I could imagine a modern car plant probably easily be 2-3 million.
Let's look here.
That's because that's a lot of big equipment that they have in those lines.
Wait, here it is. Okay, it's the Gigafactory near Austin where I drove by. How many square feet do you think it is?
I'd say at least 2 or more, minimum 2.
2 square feet.
10.
2 million.
10 million.
Damn, that's fucking big.
I told you, it's huge. You're driving past it. You
Oh,
realize
yeah,
we're doing 80 and we still haven't passed this plant yet.
Donald, that's a plant where they have to have multiple break rooms and everything because you can't
Oh
get all
yeah.
the
It probably has
wouldn't-
its own post office.
You probably don't walk across there to all the way across the plant on your 15-minute break.
Uh-huh.
They probably got a break room like every, couple hundred yards. Yeah, that's fucking huge, dude. That is big.
Woo.
I
Okay.
thought Walmart's distribution center was big. Fuck.
Oh yeah, I've seen the Walmart distribution centers like down in Arkansas and stuff, down in Bentonville,
Uh-huh.
and they are amazing. They're pretty impressive to go into. The number of conveyor belts and how it's the sorting capabilities because they got barcode scanners, and you just have people at one of the lines. Okay, we have this here. We need to throw this many on here. They put them on the conveyors. They go down. Barcode scan says, "Oh, you're going to the northeast." Boom, knocks it off the conveyor onto the different conveyor going to the northeast, and then divides it up. And then when it gets to the end of the conveyors, they are in the right place for the right trucks to be able to load and go to specific stores. It's pretty impressive.
Hey,
Yeah, it's
Don,
kind of like how they. Oh, go
back in 1975, I was at the Ben Storage Warehouse in Okinawa, Japan, for the Pacific Fleet and all of this for the Marine Corps and everybody else, and we had a similar system just like that back in
Mhm.
1975.
Yeah, it's the
But it
same
was all
system.
punch cards.
It's the same system the mail post office uses. It's the same system that airports use for the baggage claims. It will go down the conveyors and it will throw the bags left or right on certain belts. By
Well,
the
yeah.
tag it scans.
Always ends up in the wrong place. Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
I'm gonna go
I've
upstairs
flown
and see
probably,
what I'm having for dinner.
I've probably been on 10 flights in my life. I've never had an issue with my bags.
I've been on rather a lot more than that, and to be honest, I've never had any problems either.
Oh yeah, what was that? Meet the Fockers. When he loses his
Step
bag,
off, bitch.
and then he gets he's like, "Step off, bitch," and then he gets his bag and he thinks it's his bag, and it turns out it's just a bunch of sex toys and shit.
Yeah.
Spends a whole movie getting his bag, and when he finally is leaving the in-laws' house, they pull up with his fucking bag. I just watched all those again, those 3 movies the other day. Need to rewatch Analyze This and Analyze That. Those were some funny fucking movies. Billy Crystal. That's probably my favorite movies with him in them. And you had what was it, Three Amigos?
What about Three Amigos?
I was saying Billy Crystal, my two favorite movies that he was in was Analyze This and Analyze That. But Three Amigos was definitely a classic.
He wasn't in Three Amigos.
I thought he was.
No,
Uh-uh.
I could have swore Billy Crystal was in that.
Nope. You're thinking of
It was Steve Martin.
Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Chevy Chase in Three
Well,
Amigos. You're thinking
what
of
am I?
the other Western that had Bruno Kirby and
What the hell was it?
something about Tenderfoots or what was the Billy Crystal movie where he went on the cattle run? City Slickers.
City Slickers. Yeah. Well, both of those are classic movies, but yeah, I was thinking of City Slickers.
I had to ask my wife, and she knew.
And
That's why I
so
keep her around. It's because when I have a geek question that's not in my head, it's in hers.
he was in Soap, wasn't he?
Yes, he played
Yeah.
Jody in Soap.
Yeah.
I loved his comedy and Analyze This and Analyze That. Those were some funny ass movies. He played that role really good. Especially when he starts acting like the mob boss at the meeting.
You want another?
He slapped the shit out of him. I mean, it was so the reaction to him when he slapped him too, the big guy, I can't remember his name. And it was almost like that wasn't part of the script. Like what do you want to call it?
ad lib.
Ad-lib.
Like ad-libbed it because the reactions that everybody gave,
I'm pretty sure it's part of the script.
he
Guys,
did a
I'll
good
be
job.
back. I'm gonna go catch a ship real quick.
Okay. Hmm.
Are we good to go?
Yeah.
McKinsey Larry. It's about the question you asked me.
Mhm.
Oh wow, OK Go came out with a new video.
Who did?
OK Go.
I don't know who that is.
They're a band. They always put out interesting music videos online.
Oh, okay.
Owner, stop.
Yeah, social media I think has been really good for
No.
artists these days because you really can find a lot of up and coming artists a lot easier these days.
Well, they've been in the game. They
Well,
were
I'm not
one
saying
of
them in particular. I'm just saying.
yeah,
in
they were
general.
one of the first viral videos on YouTube. They did the treadmill dance.
And it's so much easier for artists to really become famous if they got talent with social media because they can put their music on all the different music platforms, all the
What I
social
hate
media.
is these videos where you just have the brothers and sisters and they're just harmonizing so well. This is a family thing, and music like no, you guys auto-tuned everything, and now you're staging it like you're acting like you're singing it in the kitchen, but you're lip syncing to an auto-tuned like
Oh, and they're doing when they're like covering famous people's songs.
and they're just like sitting in they'll be sitting around the house or something like that and be singing like someone actually just happened to have caught it
Mm.
while they're sitting there singing. It's like,
Traffic, go ahead.
Oh yeah, like all the COVID videos of the nurses crying up against the wall. Yeah.
oh yeah,
Those ones were ridiculous.
I walk out, set up my phone, frame it upright, hit record, and go over it and collapse.
Yeah. I just had a patient die. It's like, yeah, okay. There's one you ain't, or you're not supposed. Nobody's supposed to be recording in the hospitals anyway. So it's like, but they were doing. Oh God, I was seeing hundreds of those fucking videos. Oh, Paul was playing one of your favorite sets of videos on YouTube a couple weeks ago when you weren't on the panel. What the AI jokes I know you
Oh.
love so much, and it was that wife and husband again.
Yep.
Sorry, traffic. Krishna last. W is downbound, not upbound.
I'm about 4,000 feet from Cicely County Dragway. I love it.
But okay.
And Jim wants to know, Randy is in the Cicely Dragway in Maryland or Vermont?
I'm on this live stream, but I'm going to use helping you as an excuse to get off of it. Let me just unmute real quick. Oh shit.
Yeah.
COVID video.
Yeah,
Bye
yeah,
guys.
Later.
Later.
yeah.
I don't know, Jim. Small, like little amateur tracks. I think have kind of made a little bit of a comeback, haven't they? Weren't they kind of dying off there for a while? A lot of them are closing. One of my uncles used to do. He did it for a couple of years and then got out of it. But he had I don't even remember what kind of car it was. It was some Ford car he had that was modified, and it was a dirt track. And they would race around. They had a little pit crew and everything. I went and watched a few of his races back in like the late '90s. A bunch of just amateur drivers.
I think Marcus drag races his Corvette, didn't he?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Dominic, he didn't show up. Where's that?
Oh,
Don't know.
Let's see if he's listening. Dominic.
uh, He'll be getting ready for what's it soon, won't he?
Wedge.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Wedge's show in a long time. I just don't watch those shows anymore. They don't interest me enough. So
What's it called this morning? Mark Fisher said that Flymore kit with the DJI and everything that he bought, that Mavic 4, that creator kit, $5,400.
well, David said he paid $1,100 extra with the tariff.
Yeah.
He figured out the math on it.
I think it's £3,029 the creator pack over here.
No, David said he did contact one of the influencers, because I guess he's really good at answering people back, and just find out about that charger, but I haven't heard any updates yet. You got any response on that?
Well, I asked Dobo if that rumor going around where they're saying that the influencers don't get them for free now, they've got to pay so much if they want to keep them, and he says no, it's not true.
I didn't even hear that rumor. I just assumed they always got them. Now, like that, the one thing I have seen some creators, and some of them it might be on loan and they have to send it back, but they don't pay anything for it.
Yeah, sorry,
Otherwise-
3,209. Right. How much is that in dollars? Echo, what's £3,209 in dollars?
Yeah, that was back when I was born, Jim.
It's $4,258 US dollars.
I don't even remember how big that track was, Jim. It was an oval one. They just would go around in circles so many laps.
Oh yeah, the Mavic 4 Pro creator pack here, equivalent in your money, is 4,500 and something dollars.
Yeah, that's about what he paid for it. Then he paid with the carry fresh and everything else.
Jim, he's talking about Marcus Crawford, right, with the Corvette?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like the new Corvettes, but all the other ones previous, I always thought Corvettes were ugly as fuck. Like I said, nothing against Rod's Corvette, but those style I really hated. I did not like the look of those.
I think
Big ass.
Chuck's got either late 70s or early 80s one.
I was never a fan of their body styles. Now the new ones I really like because they look like a $300,000 fucking,
Yeah,
like supercar.
they look like a Ferrari rather than something weird. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
they have that supercar look to them, which is really nice. Especially if they have a nice big spoiler and everything on the back. Yeah, because some of them I've seen without the spoilers, and I don't really like the look without it, but with a nice, good sized spoiler, they look really nice. And they add a little bit to the body. Oh, interesting, Jim. Jim, have you ever heard of Freddie Campbell? Jody wants to know. My dad had two 67 Stingrays. They weren't running or anything, but they just sat in the garage side by side next to each other for years. And he finally sold them. I mean, they were dusty as shit and dirty, and like he never did anything with it. It was one of those things you buy it and you say, oh, I'm gonna restore it, and you never do it. You end up just sitting on it. But he had two of them. They were the same year and everything. One was green and one was like a reddish color. Like a maroon color. But they just sat in a little garage inside for years, just parked.
Mhm.
Never did nothing with them.
Hmm.
I think they were 67s, if I remember correctly. I think they were the 67s. He sold those back in like, say, early 2000s. More in there. Maybe mid 2000s.
I always liked the original C1, sort of
Yeah.
like early,
Yeah.
late 50s, early 60s Corvettes.
Like Mustangs, my favorite years of Mustangs was when they had the little hatchbacks in the 80s.
The
Mm,
63
yeah.
Vet's nice.
Like the hatchbacks
Mm.
are
No,
really nice with
stop
body
walking at
kits
me.
and shit
Stop.
on them. They look really
Stop.
nice when they're all restored with body kits.
Wait.
And that's a
Quit
big
being
ass
impatient.
motor for a car that size,
Quit
too.
being like Paul.
Wasn't that something like the
There's
Trans
a-
Am 800 or something?
I don't know. I know it had the V8 5.0 in it. And the
Yeah.
thing wasn't much bigger than like, I mean, it was a small car. It was only a two-door. You had to climb in to get in the back seat.
Well, it might have been a 500. Yeah.
Has anybody been to Whataburger? I've been there a couple times. Long time
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Whataburger, to me, the best category to put it in there is with Five Guys and In-N-Out. Those three
Yeah.
are on par with each other, in my opinion. Now, you could start a big fucking argument with a million people of which one's better. And you can start a whole argument online and watch the comment section go nuts. But if I had to compare one to the other, those are the three that are the closest to each other. Just in kind of the quality burger and French fries and everything you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcus doing a video when the In-N-Out opened near him. The queue was about a mile and a half long.
Yes, Sarah. It's like In-N-Out and Five Guys. That's what I'm saying. It's very similar to those two.
Hey, Sarah.
They're all in that category. They're between a really good restaurant burger. Actually, no, I would say, dude, I've never been disappointed with Five Guys or In-N-Out. Whataburger, I've only eaten at a couple times, but I was never dissatisfied with either one of them. I'd actually rate them as restaurant quality because a lot of their patties and everything, they're not frozen. They press them right there, like, and the French fries are usually made from fresh potatoes that they cut right
Yeah.
there on site. So nothing comes in frozen.
Back in 1975, 70, and maybe 78. Let's see, I'm trying to think. 77. I was going to California and stopped in Fort Stockton, Texas for the night. And they had, I was at a Holiday Inn. Across the street, they had the Coors Beer Factory. And next to it, they had a Whataburger. So I went in there and I was hungry. So I bought two of them and fries, right?
Uh-huh.
Got the bag and said, damn, I don't even know how big these things are. And I went next door to the Coors factory. They had a vending machine. And they actually had a vending machine where it had quarts of beer. So I bought a quart of beer and the two Whataburgers, went back, ate one of them, ate the fries, and it was cold. So I took the Whataburger and I stuck it in the window, in between the window to keep it cold overnight. The other one, because they didn't have a refrigerator in the room. I drank the thing of beer, went to sleep, woke up the next morning, took it, stuck it on the heater right there, heated it up, and ate it on the way when I was leaving. Hey, it worked. You know?
Well, I mean, if it's cold enough outside, it's just like sitting in a refrigerator.
Yeah, it was like a refrigerator. It was almost frozen. I stuck it on top of the heater. It was like one of those old gas heaters that went through with the air. Stuck it on top of there while I showered, got everything ready. Went out there and it was warm, so I ate it on. I cut it in half and ate it on the way.
Oh wow, Jim.
But that was like, man, that was good. quart of ice. And what it was, the quart that dropped the bottle in there, filled the bottle up and bottle capped it, and he gave it to you. So it was straight out like a tap.
I know when you go to fucking, oh my God, dude, they give you so many fries at fucking Five Guys.
Five Guys, yeah. You
Oh
don't
my
need a big
God.
bag, just get a small bag.
Well, normally, like if me and Sarah go eat, we order one large fry and we share it because they
Yeah.
they open this big brown paper bag, they fill a massive ass cup, like a fucking 44-ounce cup up with fries, drop it in the bag, and then they go in and get one big more scoop for good luck and dump it in the top. I mean, it's a lot of fucking fries. One fry could easily feed 3 people, if not 4. You probably could stretch it out for 4 people. Because we never finish the fries. There's always fries left. Ah, okay.
Look at Paul in the back of his truck out there.
Jack Astor's. I've never heard of that. Must be a Canadian chain. Jim said makes the best burger. I would consider it a chef burger. Won't find
Paul's
it.
getting in his truck.
Fast food
Look, there he is. Getting in his truck. He didn't fall.
There's some. There are some fast food restaurants that make almost restaurant quality food when you go through the drive-through.
Yeah.
There are some like what's that one chicken place?
Chick-fil-A.
No, not Chick-fil-A. This place I think even has better. I think it's even better than Chick-fil-A in my opinion. Let me see. Fucking having a mind, but Zaxby's. Zaxby's has some good food, and then their shit actually comes in to-go boxes, so it feels like you're taking leftovers home from the restaurant. Right? It doesn't come in like your standard fast food packaging, and it's really good. I think Zaxby's, in my opinion, is better than Chick-fil-A. Although Chick-fil-A is good, but it literally feels like you just went to a restaurant and ordered food to take home. Angel pulled your phone charger out and you thought it was charging the whole time. Yeah, I did that the other day. I went and plugged my phone in, threw it on my nightstand. And, usually within 20, 25 minutes, if I don't touch it and do anything with it, it'll be up to like 50, 60% or straight dead. I walk over there. I'm like, all right, I have enough charge on it. I go over there and fuck, cable wasn't even plugged in. But what I do like though is when I ordered my phone from Amazon, they actually gave me a 25-watt charging brick with it, which normally you don't get with new phones these days. But they actually gave me the charging brick. So now I got a 25-watt that I can plug in on my desk now. So I can plug my phone in now. Because if I plug it into the computer, oh my God, it does not fast charge off the computer at all. .302 is of the 5.0. I don't know that. I'm not that up on motor sling and all that, Jim. I grew up in a garage and I really don't know a lot about cars, to be honest. It just didn't interest me when I was growing up. I guess it's just because I was around it so much, I just didn't want to be around it, I guess. But when I was a teenager, I had a 1985 hatchback that had the 5.0 in it. And it was the year I was born. And I love that car.
Oh my,
Wish I still had it.
talking chairs.
Do what?
It's just talking chairs.
Yeah, I don't even know if Mark's still here. I haven't seen his head come in or out of the green screen in a minute.
We need to
No,
Or
he's
change the
not.
background for Paul Murray's chair.
He's not because he's not answering.
Right, and can somebody go back a couple of minutes and clip the bit where Justin said he was not disappointed with Five Guys?
I like when I eat Five Guys. Clip that bitch. Yeah, Jim, they are a little expensive, but I still have to splurge once in a while and get Five Guys. You can clip that
You have
too,
to splurge, do you?
yeah, yeah.
To get Five Guys.
The best one was when Sarah was in the chat on Matt was live, and she was in the chat and she said, "Oh, I love when or what did she say? Something about I love when Five Guys is in me or something." They were talking about eating at Five Guys, and just the way she worded it, dude. Oh my god, the whole panel and everybody in the chat just broke out in laughter. And Matt gave her shit for like a couple weeks over that. It was funny. It was just the way she worded it, and then she didn't even realize what happened because she said it and then left. And I said later on, I said, "Do you realize what you said when you typed that in the chat?" She goes, "What?" I explained it to her. I said, "You might want to go back and watch Matt's live stream from earlier." She goes, "Oh my god." She went back and watched it, and her jaw dropped when she was listening to everybody. So I double checked my Walmart card. The $32 is on there. What's really funny is this Walmart gift card looks like one of their badges.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, hey.
So, you took your cheese back and got a voucher, did you?
Yeah, they gave me the $7 back for the 2 boxes of Cheez-Its. And then they gave me a $25 credit on top of that. And I just had them put it all in a gift card. It was $32. So I wasn't even mean with the guy. Like I told him, I said, like, I wasn't really, I'm not going in there expecting they're going to give me $1,000 gift card. But I did want to be compensated a little bit for having to drive all the way to Walmart just to return those, because corporate didn't want to do anything over the phone about it, except for make a report and give me a reference number. And they kept telling me, you got to go to the store and talk to the manager. Well, when I called up there and I talked to the support manager, he told me, he goes, no. And then, or first the guy from corporate said, I'll put a note in there that they need to compensate you something for having to go there, but he didn't say what. And when I talked to the guy at the store, he said the same thing. And then when I came in there and actually talked to the salary manager, I told him, I said, both your support manager and corporate gave me a reference number and said that you guys are supposed to compensate me. Now, they didn't say how much. I said, but they did say you guys need to give me something for having to drive all the way up here to bring them back. And he said, well, how about $25? I said, that's fine. Because I could take that card, right? That's a full tank of gas right there for my car when I need it, So I'm not mad about it. So
What was wrong with it?
that. They were not only were they a year and a half out of date,
Oh, Lord help.
but when the kids put them in the basket and Sarah bought them, neither one of them realized that there was already a return slip taped to the back of both boxes. So somebody had already returned them a week prior before she bought them again.
Oh, I'd have got more than $25.
But if that return tag wouldn't have been on there, they wouldn't have gave me but the money back for the Cheez-Its. But because that return tag was on there, they want to investigate and figure out what employee didn't do the return correctly and all this other stuff, because that's a big fuck up, I mean, it's a little fuck up, but they look at it as a big fuck up,
Did they have fish eyes initials on it?
But they did ask me, they said, "Oh, did your daughter get sick or anything?" I said, "No, she's fine." I said, I know that a customer shouldn't be seeing those tags, especially taped onto a food product. It's one thing if it was a GM product that didn't matter, a piece of electronics or something. That's not a health hazard, But yeah, so like I said, they offered $25 plus the 7 back for the 2 boxes, so it came out to 32. So I'm not mad about it because I could keep that in the car, and when I need a tank of gas, I can fill up, and go down to Murphy's and fill my car all the way up. Actually, it probably would do a tank and a quarter because I got a little tiny tank. Mine's only a little 10 gallon.
So what are you gonna do all this week with having the week off?
Oh, I still got shit to do. I gotta call Monday. I gotta call Tuesday night to find out if I have jury duty Wednesday. And if I do, then I got to figure out how Sarah's going to get back from the airport. She might have to Uber because if I get roped into jury duty, there's no guarantee I'll make it there in time because our plane comes in at 4:30 in the afternoon. So I'm hoping I don't get
You
called.
can see Justin, can't you? 5 to 4. Fucking guilty. Bye.
Yeah.
Call
Fucking-
TJ. Have TJ pick her up.
No. I call, just tell me, I fucking fry him, sir. This is a traffic court.
Yeah.
Fucking hang him. Public hanging. Sir, we're in here for a minor traffic violation. Well, the most he can face is a month in jail.
That'll
Hey,
do.
TJ pick
Bye.
her up.
We'll make
What
it
are what are they paying now for jury duty?
dude, it's
About
$15.
$8.
It's $15 a day. Anything after 3 days is $30. And your average minimum wage job pays you like you'll earn between like 100 to 120 a day. So it ain't nothing. It's fucking ridiculous.
They
Yeah.
pay more than that here.
Yeah,
And
you
then
get paid your day's wage over here.
and your job don't have to pay you. The only thing they have to do is give you the time off by law. They cannot ding you for it. They can't fire you for it. They have to
Same
give you
over
that
here,
time
but they
off.
have to give you the courts give you your actual day wage. What a convenient, what a coincidence! I got a pay rise last week to £100 an hour.
Well,
Yeah.
like I said, like I would even understand maybe 70 or 80 a day. That would be somewhat reasonable, but it's like, what if you got roped into like a
Calm down, Justin. They'll give you money for a burrito.
no, I'm saying, but what if you get roped into some like 6-month long case, that you literally could bankrupt yourself by having to go to fucking jury duty.
Yeah.
Over here, it's a minimum of a week that you do jury duty for.
Yeah.
Now here they just randomly send people out letters because you get when you register to vote in your state, they will send out letters to you, and randomly you'll get a letter. You might go a couple years without getting one, or you might get one every year. And then you just call the number, or you can go on their website the night before, and it will tell you, yeah, you can show up, or no, we don't need you to show up. You're good. Just stay home or go back to work, whatever.
And if you work in local government like I did, which I suppose you do as well, effectively, they actually give you time off with pay.
No, they don't here.
Well,
No, they don't pay you to be off. The best thing you could be is a first responder. You just walk in there, if like you're, say, a nurse, a doctor, a firefighter, a cop, you walk in there with your full uniform on, and a lot of times they'll just say, "Oh no, go ahead and go,"
Shut up, Justin.
because they consider your job a priority over jury duty. So that's what my dad used to do every time. He'd go in there in his captain uniform for the fire department. They'd be like, "Nope, go." He never had to do it.
I've done it twice now.
I've never had to do it.
And then if you get called for some big case, there's no guarantee you'll be on the jury because then they'll do jury selection. If you don't answer the
Yeah.
questions of whoever's selecting the jury right, then they don't feel like you're a good fit, then they'll go ahead and kick you. So if you're like, somebody's on trial for being a donut lover and you go in there and say, I hate donuts.
Donut lover.
Yeah, you go in there and you say, I hate donuts, like my daddy and his daddy before him. You know, they're gonna be like, get the fuck out.
They don't do that over here. They don't ask any questions. The jury that gets picked is the jury that serves.
Actually, they do ask questions. They ask if you know the defendant.
Well,
Yeah, because if you, it's the same over here. If it's a conflict of interest, you're gone immediately. They're not going to use you.
Yeah. Do you know the defendant?
And it
yeah.
could be any small interaction, like you might have worked with them for a week, or you were in a car accident and they happen to be the other person that was in the car accident with you, you know? If you
Yeah.
had any kind of involvement with the person at all, they're going to kick you.
Shut up!
You shut up.
You shut up!
Oh, I feel better after that nap, Laura. My fucking head was pounding.
I come off Fortnite when you did.
Yeah, I just didn't get much sleep, and I took
Hi,
a little
Laura.
bit of a nap this afternoon, but it was only for about an hour.
Hi, Joe.
I went and laid down for about 2 hours earlier.
Much is good.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
I've
It's
got
one of
these.
those sleep deprived headaches you get. Those are the worst.
You won't put a foot in your mouth.
How close he was.
It's time to celebrate the world's #1 golfer who showed us exactly why he is that man.
Oh yeah, when they do jury selections over here, though, they're very, very thorough with it. They might look at what tattoos does this person have on their arm? Do they look like they'd be sympathetic to the person? Like they look at everything.
Oh yeah, we've seen it on TV shows over here when they're doing the jury selection, and it is.
Yeah, like because you know if somebody's tatted up that's on trial, they'll look at you like, oh, he likes tattoos. He might be sympathetic to the person.
Mm.
He might be like, cool with tattoo, bro, as he's on double murder trial. You know, It's like yeah, they look at every little thing.
Stop, please.
This is my only second time ever being called for jury duty. So
Do you know the defendant?
Daddy!
walk up to him, shit, bro, what's up? It's been a long time since I saw you.
Mm.
You don't even know the motherfucker. You just pretending you did.
Yeah.
I'll just walk up to him and go, guilty. Where's my cut, bitch?
Did you delete those pictures from Vegas when we were there?
Get back in there. I don't know where it is. Oh, I see where it is.
Yeah, this is my first time being called in Florida because I didn't. I took forever to transfer my license over.
Yeah.
Luckily, I never got called in North Carolina. You know, I was registered to vote there. I just did the mail-in ballots. Otherwise, I'd have had to drive all the way to North Carolina for that shit.
Imagine, can't you? Do you know the defendant? That's the fucker that dinged my car.
David,
What?
I know where Bluey is.
Yeah. He ain't going to bed.
Fuck the Rio. Oh, sorry, Darwin.
Eddie, found this in the garage.
Okay.
Okay, your brother's in his home. He's in there.
Good night, Brenda.
Rio.
Does not feel like an old turd now.
Mhm.
Good night, Randy.
He's going to bed too?
Or Jim. No, Jim is. Jim and Brenda are leaving. Or no, Jim's leaving. I think Jim was just saying goodnight to everybody in the chat he's talking to. I don't know. I get confused when they all start saying goodnight to each other. I'm not sure which one's fucking leaving.
Yeah, when I went and got gas, I swung back by Madisonville right as they were closing the bridge. So I jumped over on the riverfront and there was maybe 15, 20 boats just kind of cruising. So I threw the Air 2S up and just got some footage, real soft, slow footage around them. It came out pretty good.
Why is it like a drawbridge or something?
It's a swing bridge. It swings out.
Okay.
And they do it at the top of the hour for the boats that can't fit under it. I'm cooking.
Yeah, I
Can
didn't
you hear me
realize.
cook?
I didn't realize that tall ship that went under the bridge was a real thing. I thought that was just a meme somebody
Took the
posted.
took the masts off, didn't it?
Yeah, because
Yeah, it was
somebody said
the Mexican army. Too
they
much
said
tequila.
yeah, because somebody said something about the Mexican Navy took out their warship
Yeah,
or
Navy,
something,
that's what it was.
and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Because it was because I mean, technically, the U.S. still has an old mast ship that they keep in. That's actually it's in service, but
Was it
it's
Was it Mexican or Spanish?
oh, it was a
Mexican.
Mexican. But yeah, the U.S. actually has one though that stays in. That's actually an active ship, and they teach. They send some Navy people there to learn, like servicemen, to actually learn how to man old ships and learn all the.
You see what happened, Paul? Yeah. The guy on the deck saw the bridge and he went, aye, aye, aye. And the ship went bang, bang.
Well, except the only thing is, David, it's a nice thought. However, the ship was going in reverse.
Exactly. Aye, 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 bang, bang.
The
Got the speed sound, didn't
back
it?
of the ship came off and it snapped the mast forward.
Yeah, snap two of them.
How
Yeah.
can a sailing ship go in reverse?
But the question, it looked like it might have been drifting. But the question is, they had a tugboat within 20 feet of it. Why wasn't he trying to stop it?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. I think that's the guy you got to worry about.
Well, even if it's even if it's an older mast ship, it might have like a modern motor on it for emergencies.
Oh yeah, it's diesel in the engine. Yep.
Yeah, here's the U.S. Navy ship, the USS Constitution.
The Constitution, Old Ironside.
And it's an actual, like I said, it's technically in service with
It's
all
commissioned.
the other Navy ships.
It's
Yeah,
still active.
yeah, it's a commissioned ship, and they keep it all like pristine and everything. It's a beautiful ship though. I've seen some videos on it where they've done tours on it.
Scissors. The scissors, Daddy.
Oh, Randy's going to get a
Oh, no,
supervisor
yes,
job, huh? I hope you get it, Randy.
What's up, Tina? Look at this bag.
Yeah, supervisor jobs can be really nice, except for you do lose a lot more free time when you become a supervisor. I mean, just look at TJ. He just became a shift lead at fucking Walgreens, and he has to go in early all the time and work, cover other people's shifts and all that.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that, Justin, is what's his name out on the West Coast always says he's working at Walmart.
Oh yeah, Lance.
Lance.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when you when you become a supervisor, you definitely will lose some more of your free time that you had as a regular employee, especially if you're salary, because then they can just treat you like a straight bitch when you're salary. They can work your ass off when you're salary. That's when you got to come in on your days off and leave your vacation early and all kinds of stupid shit.
Mhm.
So I used to tell new managers at Walmart, if you tell them you're going on vacation, you tell them you're going 3-4 states over. Don't tell them you're in town. Otherwise, they will call you in the middle of your vacation, tell you to come back to work if they need you. I see managers come into fucking Walmart on their day off to go shopping with their family, and the fucking manager walked up to him. The store manager told him to start stocking the Gatorade and shit, and they would have to go do it. Literally in there shopping with their family, and they have to stop to go pull a pallet out and stock it. Like, fuck that shit. I wasn't even salary, and I avoided Walmart at all costs when I worked there. You'd never see me in there on my day off. Yeah, it is a big commitment for sure, Randy, 100%. Jack Sparrow. There's a guy on YouTube that does voices, and he calls different stores and shit and does voices. He called the one of the ABC stores in one of the states and was asking why they were out of rum, and he was doing the Jack Sparrow voice like to a T. It was funny as shit.
An hour and 57 minutes to print 6 key rings. Fuck's sake.
He is the most ordinary, extraordinary athlete that you could ever wish to watch play the sport. He makes it seem so simple, even in the way he describes it. Yeah, does things that well. 99.9999% of people do. Sometimes after, isn't it? It seems that way. It's sometimes after, a little while after, when it hits them. And even though when it gets there was emotion, but all around there today, when it looked like the weight of the world was there, the expectation he gave, but when he let them in, they're on his tail, he looks so calm, Rich, and yet now, when the job is done, there's the emotion. Absolutely. And that's the one thing that he falls in very far on the golf course. And that's what makes him there, isn't it? Because how do they feel the strong competitors with anything? They're not going to know that he might be struggling just a little bit on the inside with his swing. They're just going to see him as strong as possibly can be and to go out there and hit the shots, the best shots as possibly can. But deep down, you can hear the wood.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. Wait, let me get the phone.
Why have you split my fucking rain?
To the front door of the golf club, and then he gets it done and he goes home. He's a different type of guy. He's an incredible family. Families around there, Dan Hawkins and Cherry, watching fight.
He's a likable character, a very positive champion. As he continues to soak it all on, let's take you through how we put it all together here on Sunday. Remember, reached the lead. Could be the only one to maybe let in the start.
Have a good evening, Brenda.
Catch you later, Brenda.
Hey, Brenda.
No pole, she's going.
70 grand a year ain't bad, Randy.
Ain't good either. Could be a politician and then triple that.
You like fucking way more than that.
$107K politicians get over here now. And
Really?
expenses. And then all their
Uh,
expenses.
The president only gets paid 400,000 a year over here. There's CEOs that make 10 times that.
Right, that's how we on. Right, I'm not sending that to print. That's going to be done tomorrow.
Oh, excuse me.
You're excused. Right. What's how we on? I got a fucking blood test in me.
This was a feature on the front nine, though. It was. I mean, you said it. Down the inside.
$9.55. Oh, bollocks.
Oh, you gotta get up in the morning or something?
Yeah, got blood tests. 27 samples they want.
Kate's got blood tests tomorrow as well, but not until 12:30.
How many samples?
27.
That's all. There must be real small tubes then. That's a
Oh,
lot of
Almost
fucking
that is.
blood.
It's just that they're doing
7,
all the bone profiles, literally everything.
27 tests. They're only going to take maybe 2 or 3 syringes full.
No, I thought he was saying 27 syringes.
No, it says they need 7 gold top, 7 pink top, and then I think it was 5 brown, some other colours, different colours.
Oh my God.
Dude, you better take some fucking cookies with you or something. Fucking blood sugar's gonna drop like a motherfucker.
That'd be more blood than you give when you go giving blood.
Don't worry about it. I'll lose some weight in the morning.
Dude, I really think that whole blood donation shit is nothing but a fucking scam over here. Because they'll ask you to donate blood, but then they don't just give it to you free when you need it. You know?
Yeah. They don't give you money for giving blood here.
Here, sometimes they might give you
You
like
can go to blood banks and sell your blood. If
Well,
if it's rare blood, you get more money.
Well, over here, you get a cookie and a cup of tea if you're lucky.
No, over here, usually you'll get maybe like a T-shirt and a cookie, or you might get like a $10 Walmart gift card, or it's not much though. It's not worth like you doing once a week or nothing crazy. You know, not like it's going to give you extra income.
You know, do it like
all right.
Well, I mean, like now, if you donate plasma,
yeah,
that can make that can make you an extra $700 a month, but you got to go twice a week.
You can get paid for plasma here.
Yeah, but you got to go twice a week, which is kind of annoying. You know. Now, during COVID, it was crazy. So if you popped positive for COVID and you had paperwork on it showing that you actually had gotten a positive test from the hospital and everything, you could go to biolabs and they were given $1,000 for one donation because at the time all the pharmaceutical companies wanted as much plasma for testing as possible. So if you had paperwork from the hospital saying you were either admitted or you had like a severe case of it or whatever, and then once you know, we're past that stage.
The vaccine. Well,
Yeah, the pharmaceutical companies were paying big bucks. They were giving $1,000 donations to if you had the antibodies in your plasma or in your blood. Normally, that would, to when you're donating plasma to make $1,000, you'd be looking at least about 8 trips there. So that was a lot of people were lining up to get that money.
I don't even know how much you get paid here.
Oh, so original, Russell. But you spent all day coming up with that little insult, didn't you? Yeah, on average, you can make 500 to 700 a month giving plasma here. Like I said, you have to go twice a week, which is a little annoying. And not to mention, they always put the needle in the same spot, so eventually you're going to get a lot of scar tissue from doing that.
I think it costs more as well. It takes a bit longer to give plasma than it does blood, I think.
Yeah, it takes about, because they take it based on your weight, which I think is stupid, because some little fucking skinny petite bitch that weighs 100 pounds will get the same amount of money as me, but I have to give more because I'm bigger. It always pissed me off, because I was like, that's not fair. Like, if I have to give more, I should be making more.
Yeah.
And yeah, but like I said, you'll get a lot of scar tissue right at your joint there where they put the IV in, because you do it so many times. So yeah, eventually it's gonna fuck something up. I probably wouldn't make that a regular thing doing it for years. I did it for about 6 months straight 1 year.
I think you get a lot of students over here giving plasma just because they get paid money for it.
Here, a lot of them.
There you go.
It was the same with sperm donors as well. A lot of them were
What's
students.
that looks good. What's the
I didn't know if I wanted shrimp or chicken, so I made both and just stuck it on top of stuff.
what's the job called when you put in IVs and you take blood and all that shit? A what?
Vampire.
Lobotomist.
Yeah, lobotomist. So they're like
Not lobotomist.
The one with the brain.
With an F in front of it.
Okay, well, anyway, I met a lot of them when I was working, or not working, but when I was going to biolabs donating. There was a lot of those people were going to school for that. But to see, biolabs didn't require you be certified for that in order to work there. They would teach you on job training to do it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to have that certificate. So a lot of them would be going to school for that, and they'd get a lot of experience working there, doing IVs and different things like that. So now there were some girls, man, because it was majority girls that worked there. Like every one guy, there was like 20 girls working there. But some of the girls were, dude, they'd put the needle in, you wouldn't even feel it. And then there was other ones, they would fucking jam that shit in there, and your arm would be sore for a day and a half after.
Yeah.
There was one girl that me and Sarah always asked for every time we went in there. We wanted her to do our IV because she just was so good at it. I mean, she'd stick that big long ass needle in your arm and you wouldn't even feel it.
Yeah, they always say slight scratch. When the hell did you ever get scratched like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always argue with them and say, excuse me, you just stabbed me.
Like, and she was really good. Like, so if she didn't get, like, she was the one that everybody called when they couldn't fucking get somebody's vein.
Now, or you won't get it.
And she was able to move the needle inside your arm and get the vein, and you wouldn't even feel it when she did that. Like, she was just really good at it.
Yeah, most of the time, ours are just nurses that do it. It's only when they have a problem.
You're having fun there, Paul.
They call it.
Yeah.
Paul's doing random sign signals while muted. Paul, you're muted.
You're
Yeah, but you're
muted.
muted.
Yeah, they tend to call the phlebotomist vampires over here.
Saying Boone heard him.
See the veins on the back of my hands? That's where they get in these veins.
I would much rather them do an IV on my hand than in my
Yep.
up on my elbow, like in that area.
Yeah,
it's-
because you can't get anything out of my arms.
Well, the problem is like, especially if you're in a hospital bed, it's so much easier to move around when it's in your hand
Well,
Yep.
yeah,
than having to try to keep your fucking arm straight all the time.
they nearly always put IVs in your hand here. It's only when they're taking blood samples they do it in your upper arm.
And now
Well-
they don't leave the needles in there anymore. It's like a rubber tube once the needle comes out. But it's more uncomfortable being on where you bend your arm than it is on top of your hand.
Yep.
Because they actually, last couple of times I got an IV at the hospital, they actually asked me, they were like, do you want it in your arm or your hand? Put it in my hand. I don't want it in my fucking arm. That shit is it's just uncomfortable. Every time you want to bend you get an itchy nose, something you want to bend your arm, it fucking hurts.
Mm.
And back when they used to use just needles, you couldn't bend your arm at all.
No.
Otherwise you could break the needle off in your arm. At least now they have rubber tubes in there, so it does give you a little bit of mobility. But
What are you talking about here? The thing where when you go into hospital, you put it on for getting blood.
no, it's when they put an IV in you. Now, when they put an IV in now, they push the needle in there, but then the needle will pop back out, and there's still a rubber tube in there.
Yeah, they leave a catheter in there.
That acts as a
Yeah, I
needle.
was going to say catheters
Yeah.
normally go in your arm, just above your wrist.
No. A catheter goes up where you don't really want to put it. It's a cannula that
Cannula,
goes.
that's the one.
But it's safer
You
because
definitely don't
obviously,
want a catheter up there.
No,
well, I mean, it's safer because you don't have to worry about needles breaking off into patients' arms and shit like that. And it does give you more mobility where you can move around, but I'd much rather have an IV on the top of my hand. Whenever they give me an option, I always pick the hand. Plus, I got those type of veins on my hands that are like really bulging. So, yeah, it's not hard to miss them.
mine you can see them dead easy, but actually getting a needle into one of them is bloody hard work.
Will you two shut the hell up?
No.
Fucking Tyson and Bo over here tearing my bed apart playing.
Paul, do we have to put up with Justin telling the people on the panel to shut up?
Yes,
Oh.
because we put up with David telling people to shut up.
Laura.
No. I don't tell people to shut up.
Well, you do relay the messages, which is
Yes, you do.
Yeah, but it's only polite.
it's only polite to tell you to
Well,
shut the fuck up.
didn't anybody teach you polite way to say it is hush up now, hush up.
Yeah, no.
No. We say it in Britain. If you really want the polite version in Britain, it's will you please shut the fuck up?
Yeah, when David says it, he's usually at the birds.
Yeah, these fucking things today were doing my head in all day. And the fucking cat's outside at the window going.
That candle is totally worth $6.
I'll tell you, then cats are lucky they're not dead.
I've been burning it
winding
since
my birds up.
yesterday and hasn't even gone a quarter way through. I just love that smell, like apple cinnamon. Smells so good.
Has he reached that one yet?
No, the apple cinnamon's on the bottom. It's still on the vanilla cheese. Like I said, it has barely burnt down for as much as I've had it lit since yesterday. Like it's not even a quarter of the way through the candle yet. It's only about an eighth of the way.
I've got a lemon scented one on my fireplace.
Oh, check this one out. Hold on. Let me pull up Amazon. I want to show you this candle.
Oh, and the latest
fucking cool.
McDonald's to open up near us has been delayed because they turned on the extractor fans today to test it out and blew the substation up outside.
Yeah.
It literally just went kaboom.
I want to.
Oh dear.
I actually saw 2 or 3 channels do a review on this candle, and they said it smells just like a fucking video store. I want that candle.
Yeah.
Like it has a popcorn and like VHS smell to it.
We
So
haven't
it gives you,
Blockbuster.
we haven't had video stores for donkey's years.
Actually, we still got some.
Blockbuster is it's only got one store left, Blockbuster, and that's in America. So
yeah, and you know what? And that those people that own it have stepped into a very sweet little niche because that place gets tons of tourism because of it being the only one left. Like they sell tons of merchandise out of that place. You can still go in there and get a video card, a Blockbuster card, and rent movies and stuff. You can go in there and buy movies. They have tons of merchandise you can buy. They have like all kinds of like original memorabilia from all the stores up on the walls. Like it's really cool.
I think I've still got my Blockbuster card somewhere.
But like I said,
also, we've still got video stores over here. Mark.
I don't.
There's two in Basildon.
I don't know of any around here anymore.
well, they're just not common. I'm sure there's some in the U.S. still around too. Not Blockbuster, obviously, because we've
Yeah, they're not as common, but they're still there.
You'll probably here you would probably see those in really small, really rural towns that are like really spread out, like where nothing's around for a couple 100 miles. Then you might see a small little video store in a town like that. But
I mean, even ones that do DVDs, there's not many of them around now either. And half of them will do video games rather than anything else.
But yeah, I want to get that video store candle because the 3 people I saw do reviews on it, they were actually pleasantly surprised how nice of a candle it was. And then they said it did take them back, like it was like walking into a Blockbuster. I just want to get one just to try it out. But like I said, those people that kept that last Blockbuster open, that was probably a really good and very smart business plan on their part, because it's just a lot of nostalgia. So you get a lot of people coming in there. As they said, they sell shit tons of movies too. People will come in there and buy a T-shirt, and then they'll buy a movie just to kind of put with that as a memento. You know, they'll find whatever one of their favorite movies or something.
Well, time to take my epilepsy medication, which may cause a seizure.
A non-epileptic seizure.
No, he says it may trigger your epilepsy.
Oh dear.
But you don't know if it works.
Yeah.
It's like paracetamol. It says it may cause you an headache.
Yeah.
If anybody's interested, I'll put the link in the chat. Just in case anybody's feeling froggy and wants to order something.
All right. Get me a Dr. Pooper.
Where was the please?
What?
Where was the please?
Shut up. He deserved that one, though. Well, this is the one I always fucking confuse when I have to take it. Mebravine.
Oh, dude, I almost.
They never give you a fucking leaflet.
They got some other candles too that were pretty funny. Let me see here. Yeah, they got one that's bookstore. They got a library candle.
Pick one 3 times a day. Not going to tell you why.
They got one that's a hardware store and a dive bar.
The dive bar one just smells of beer and cigarettes.
$9.55.
In the morning.
Yeah. Wow.
Ooh, they got a root beer float one more. Hot cocoa.
They should have fresh bread or freshly made coffee ones. I think you can get coffee, but I've never seen one that smells of fresh bread.
I'm sure somebody out there sells them. They got one called "Oh Sorry, My Dog Farted." The fuck? I'm not having one that smells like dog farts, because those are the fucking worst. When a dog starts farting, oh my god, that shit will make you gag.
Yeah, always say it smells like vegetables, even though I've never eaten it.
It's got 4.3 out of 5-star rating out of 107 ratings. It's not too bad. Now they got a Thunderstorm one, Gentleman's Teakwood, and Saturday Cartoons. I don't know what the fuck that is. Smell like cereal, I guess.
Smells like the cinema. All the kids used to go and watch the cartoons in the cinema on a Saturday morning.
Did they?
That was back in the old days. You're showing your age now.
In the days when they a lot of TV.
There's a candle you can give as a gift that says, "I hope your new neighbors aren't serial killers."
Excuse me.
Oh, that was good.
There's oh my god, there's one that says,
Oh, go,
"Don't let anyone treat you like free salsa. You are guac."
Did the pupper dogs get any of that, Joe?
Got some lettuce and a couple of little pieces of chicken.
Ah.
They like the lettuce, the hot pots, and the cabbage.
There's one that says it smells like your mom's house.
No, go. You got everything. Go.
Oh my
Go.
god. You're fucking stupid.
Go.
Bye, Gitchy.
Hey,
Hey,
Gitchy.
Gitchy. I
Bye,
didn't even see
Gitchy.
it. Sorry.
I didn't even know Gitchy was bye.
She said hi and goodbye.
Okay. Hi, goodbye.
Justin might be losing his man card with all this talking some candle smells.
Yeah, I know.
Thanks for popping in, Gitchy. Do it anytime.
She popped in just to say that.
Yep.
Talking about lettuce, when me and Laura went to Southend with Paige the other day, she was talking about choking on the salad, and I went, "The one thing you don't want to choke on is lettuce." And she went, "Why?" And I went, "Because when you have your funeral, the vicar will be
right
throwing in the insult when he goes, 'Let us pray.'"
Oh my god.
No, that was an odd joke.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was my own.
Oh, uh-oh. He's in trouble with art now.
Man, that don't matter. He's too little. I'm sure David could outrun Art.
You think so?
Oh yeah, that's on the crutches all the time.
Oh yeah, he's really slow going anyway.
Joe,
Back
thank you for believing that I could even run. Never mind outrun someone.
Or walking slowly would be faster than that.
Yeah, you got a point because Laura's got you. If you can't run, no, that's why she got you, because you can't run.
Yeah.
You just packed it in.
Does Laura push you around the wheelchair at all, David?
No. Why would she push me around in a wheelchair?
Because then you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Maybe they played maybe she plays nurse.
Yeah.
Well,
God,
put it this way. If I needed a wheelchair, I don't give a shit. Right? I'm either getting one that I have control of, with a steering nozzle, or I want the one with the big wheels where I have to twizzle it myself, because there's not a hope in house chance he's pushing me.
Yeah, you can have races with Rob. How is he, by the way? I've not heard from him
Oh,
for
oh.
ages.
No comment.
Because he kept telling me he was sending me these 3D printed stuff for the Neo, and that he was going to send it in a few days, and nothing ever arrived, and he's not said anything since. So
Yeah, I'll say no comment on that as well.
mm,
David knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I wasn't bothered because I didn't ask him for anything. He just volunteered them.
Yeah. Moving on.
I'm gonna make a couple steak quesadillas. Sounds good. But oh,
Chief, sorry I didn't answer you. I was sorting out all my medications because I've got to take them early. Normally I take them before I go to bed, but
I'm assuming since you're getting blood drawn, do you have to fast beforehand?
yeah,
You can't eat nothing for what, 24 hours or
8
12 hours?
hours.
8 hours.
It all depends on what tests they're doing.
They just told me 8 hours. Normally it's 10.
Normally over here they tell you 12 hours, and you're starving like a motherfucker by the time you get that 12 hours.
You can't do that because of my seizures.
They don't actually say anything to me. I don't fast before my blood tests.
Well, they already know you've got diabetes, so
Yeah.
Oh, so if you have diabetes, you don't have to?
no, because it's very dangerous.
Well, the fasting part of it is to check sugars.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, I didn't even put two and two together when you said that. Yeah, he's got to have some kind of food intake.
Yeah. My sugar levels are low. No, no chocolate. And I'm going to no. Just one bite. No.
My sugar level is 5.3 at the moment.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah. They say that the normal range is between 5 and 7. Although anything between 4 and 9 or 4 and 10 is acceptable. And it is allowed to spike upwards after you've eaten something because the insulin will kick in and bring it back down again. But you're not supposed to go below 3. Or you can go hypo, not hyper. Hypo is low sugar, hyper is high sugar. And mine went down to 2.9 this morning. So I had to eat something. You can't have chocolate biscuits. Yes, I can. My sugar's low.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Chocolate biscuits with high sugar.
No, it was when my sugar was low. The chocolate digestives to bring the sugar back up again.
Speaking of bringing the sugar up,
Yeah.
What do you eat now, Paul?
Well, if it's not a breakfast cup, it's ice cream, and if it's not ice cream, it's Boston cream.
Justin, I can't imagine you asking me a question like that.
It won't be anything healthy. Let's put it that way.
Well, Joe told me when you're feeling bad, have a Boston cream.
You're lying, Pop.
You must be permanently freaking upset then. That's all you'd be eating all day.
Yeah, that's the trouble. Buying a big box of them doesn't really do any advantage because you've got to eat them all before they go stale.
No, you put them in a refrigerator.
That makes them go stale even quicker.
Bread goes staler if you keep it in the fridge.
You need to put them in a Ziploc bag and keep them out on the counter. Or in a cupboard or something. They'd stay fresh.
This has been in the refrigerator in the original box, not enclosed, for 4 days. It's just fine.
Yeah, you think it's just fine because you're used to eating them like that. Well, most people wouldn't like them.
I bet it's nowhere near as soft as it was the day before.
It's harder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I said. What you need to do instead of putting them in the fridge is put them in Ziploc bags, suck all the air out, and just leave them on the counter.
Can't do that. It's got icing on top of it.
Yeah, the icing goes crazy.
Oh, it's a small sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Then you cut open the bag and lick the bag. Can't figure everything out.
Try and vacuum seal it, and it sucks all the cream out the middle.
Well, I mean, technically, you could vacuum seal it just enough to where it's still kind of like a bag. You definitely wouldn't want to fucking take all the air out of it. Fucking donut would be a pancake.
You have to wrap it in greaseproof paper first.
All right.
That's too much work.
I'm really going to have to be careful what I ask the hotel for when I go to Blackpool. Some guy took his wife to Blackpool, and she's a great fan of Walker's Crisps. So he asked for a bag of each packet of flavours that they do, all 30 of them.
Oh, God.
Right? And he wanted them placed on the bed. So the hotel said, sure, not a problem. We'll place them on the bed for you.
Didn't put them in the packets.
And they did. How the fuck are you supposed to sleep?
Oh, my.
Oh, shit.
Well, that's the time you pick up the phone and call housekeeping, right?
I don't know. I'd be opening the window and letting the seagulls in.
That's a different slant on the apple pie bed.
Good job he didn't ask for breakfast in bed, innit?
That's a whole new meaning.
Eggs,
Excuse me. Yeah, there's a piece of bacon in my bed. You asked for it.
So glad I ain't got to go to work tomorrow. Usually I'd be getting ready to go to sleep right now.
Yeah, where's Ed? He's not working. He's not working tomorrow either.
Oh, he's got the 2 days off.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Actually, 3 days. He had Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off.
And Friday.
No, he worked Friday, didn't he?
No, he was off Friday because it was raining and they can't do concreting in rain.
Oh, okay.
Don't forget, Mark, we've got a long weekend next weekend.
Yeah, I know. What do you mean a long weekend next weekend?
Bank holiday Monday.
Yeah, I have a 365-day long weekend.
Well, there is that, but
They all have our fucking
right.
stove.
Well, we'll call it we'll just call it Sunday service Monday. Yeah.
It's another Sunday, Monday.
Yeah. Next weekend's a public holiday in the UK.
Oh, it's Tuesday. It's not.
No.
See, our national holidays, unless it's like religious, is always on Monday.
Oh,
Yeah,
did you
that's
hear?
ours.
Did you hear Trump wanted to eliminate the amount of federal holidays because he said we're not working enough?
Unless it's Christmas Day, Boxing Day, or Good Friday. They're all on Mondays.
Well, see, Boxing Day isn't a day off here in the States, is it, Justin?
No,
No.
that's not even a thing over here.
It's St. Stephen's Day.
Hey,
St.
you wouldn't get.
Swithin.
No,
You don't get. I'd never heard of Boxing Day till Dominic told me about it a long time ago.
don't you remember the
Day.
song? Who King Wenceslas last looked out on the feast of Stephen.
Never
Saint
heard of it. Never heard of it.
I think St. Swithin's Day is in April.
Hey Google, when's St. Swithin's Day?
Sorry, I don't understand, but I found something similar. Do you want to know, is International Women's Day always on March 8th?
No. What the fuck?
Sorry, if you want to send feedback, say, okay, Google, send feedback.
Yeah.
Hey
See,
Google,
that
send
that
feedback.
made up holiday by David and those guys in England
Shut up, you fucking knob.
Isn't a holiday. It's just it's
Yes.
a pretend
Hey.
holiday.
St. Swithin's Day is not a holiday.
Okay.
It's just
thanks
a
for
feast
feedback.
day.
Hey Google, when is St. Swithin's Day?
I couldn't find an answer to that specific question, but according to teachingpacks.co.uk, in English folklore, it is said that rain on St. Swithin's Day predicts a very damp summer, as it will rain for the next 40 days. St. Swithin became the Bishop of Winchester in 852.
Echo.
Hey,
When is
Saint
Swith-
Swithin's Day is the rainy day, it says, right?
Yeah. If it rains on St. Swithin's Day, it rains for 40 days and 40 nights.
All right, 15th of July.
It will be the same for the next 40 days and nights.
Yeah. St. Swithin's Day is followed by Flying Ant Day.
Is it?
Yeah. It's always the first rainstorm after St. Swithin's Day that causes all the flying ants.
No,
Yeah.
see,
It always rains in July here.
I said Trump wants to get rid of some of the holidays over here because he thinks that people are taking too much free time off and they need to be working.
Well, you voted for him.
I'm not saying that ain't true though.
They couldn't do that over here. The unions wouldn't stand for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
Christ.
the thing is a federal holiday doesn't state that a company has to close, just a government a building. So that's only going to really pertain to government entities.
Well, officially, the only place that has to close here is a bank, which is why it's called a bank holiday.
So, like over here, like a school could.
There's
still
also
close.
limited shopping hours, 8 hours, I think.
Not
See, like,
all. It depends on which bank holiday it is.
but
No,
see, like
all
over
bank
here,
holidays is 8 hours.
over here, a school could stay open because that's technically ran by the state, but a
Yeah.
federal building would have to be closed, like a courthouse, something like that.
Yeah.
Those are the
So-
ones he's talking about are taking too much time off.
Yeah, so a normal bank holiday is 8 hours. So they can open at 10 and they have to close at 6. Yeah. Or on a Sunday, they can only open at 10, but they have to close at 4. And
Now,
Christmas,
some
yeah,
do
Christmas,
11 or 5.
and yeah, it's 6 hours. 8 hours normal bank holiday, 6 hours Sundays, and Christmas Day and Easter Sunday is completely closed. You're not allowed to open unless you're a small outlet, which is why all big supermarkets have all these express stores.
Yeah, unless you're a Asian shop.
No, it's down to your size, square foot. So even if it was an Asian supermarket, they still have to close by law.
Yeah, see, our federal holidays don't mandate any businesses close. It's just federal
They're usually
organizations.
Muslim and they don't celebrate Christmas, you see. So
You're wrong.
Mm.
Wrong. I know
In
loads
fact,
of Muslims that celebrate Christmas. They don't celebrate Christmas as in
as
Christmas, but they do celebrate it, yeah, to take part in the events that our country has. So the kids get presents to so they don't feel left out and stuff like that.
Yeah, you've also got the Jews and the Jehovah's Witnesses that don't have Christmas either.
What the fuck do Jehovah's Witnesses do on Christmas Day?
Oh, they don't give they don't give presents on birthdays, never mind Christmas.
What the?
And the Jews can't have Christmas.
One of my birds are still out.
The Jews can't have Christmas or Easter. Because then they'd have to accept that they put Christ to death.
So according to the letter, the last thing I got from DJI, they had said that they were going to send me a replacement. Now they're saying they're doing a free repair. So I'm gonna be pissed if I get the same drone back because it was thrown to the ground. And I'm gonna tell them when it hit me, I threw it to the ground. I want another one. I don't want that one. You said you were going to give me a replacement, not a repair.
Well, usually when they give you a free repair, they give you a replacement anyway.
Well,
Joe,
normally they do.
Joe, you might want to stop talking to them because it seems like every time you talk to them more, they're giving you less and less.
Well, no, they said it all along. They're doing it. They're saying that this how much the repair would cost on it. Then they're saying it's in repair right now. But they did that last time with there to us, repaired and sent it out the next day. So it'll probably be sent out tomorrow. And in all the fine print, it says DJI reserves the right to send you a different unit. So I'm gonna probably get a different one. But if I don't, I will go off on them.
They usually don't send you the same ones back. Almost everybody gets a replacement unit because
that's what I'm
it's
usually
faster for them to just ship it out to you, and then they can fix that other one at a later date.
Yeah, and then that's in case something's in there they don't even want to look at, right now.
Well, I'm saying it gives them, they can fix it at their own pace instead of having to hurry up, rush, fix that same one to send you.
Yeah. But they're saying the foot was broken. That's what broke off on it. I'll show you what broke. They got pictures of it. Hold on. This is what broke when I threw it right here. The front bolt right here, that foot is what I knocked off of it.
Oh.
So they're saying that cost to repair that $12.
Oh yeah,
but they charge you $65 labor.
Yeah, it's their cost though.
Yeah.
Them parts are pennies for them because it's their product.
But that's the part that was definitely that was actually a real clean cut. I could have glued it.
Could have glued it, yeah.
Yeah, I probably could have glued
it. Yeah. There's a lot actually involved in changing a leg.
I know.
And an arm, because
Giggles is in the chat.
They've got to do all the wiring up through it as well, and the motor, take the motor off, and all sorts of crap. And the antennas are in the front legs.
The first thing they did was they said, no errors, detection, description, firmware verified, meaning it was up to date. And number 4, they said serial number was verified. So they checked all of that and they got pictures of it. And then they showed me the damage. But I also told them, I said, the gimbal did go back to normal, it looked like, but when the thing hit the ground, the gimbal was completely turned around. I said, so the gimbal's probably bad too. You know, that's the whole thing. I wrote that on a piece of paper and wrapped it in it. I said, your gimbal's probably bad too in this. So I don't want them to send me this back with a fixed foot and it's got all kind of jello and stuff in it, you know?
Mhm.
That's what I'm saying. They need to send me a new one, just get it over with. I'm expecting it to ship tomorrow. So I should have it
It's
back
coming out
Wednesday.
of Dallas, right?
Yeah, I should have it Wednesday. It takes about 2 days. Knowing not must, I'll get it Thursday the way this goes around here.
Are they still using UPS over there?
Yeah, UPS.
Started using DHL over here.
Dude, I've in all my years of ordering packages, I've never had anything. I've seen DHL trucks, but I've never actually had anything delivered by there. Surprisingly,
Yeah, I have.
I've never had a DHL delivery, and I don't see their trucks that often. It's like a rarity.
We've got a DHL office just down the road from us.
Yeah, they're not as big over here as FedEx, UPS, and the post office. That's the main 3 right there. Like Walmart, they have actual FedEx distribution in their warehouses. Like FedEx has like a 200,000 square foot section in the Walmart warehouse that's theirs just for the packages that they're shipping out. They can do all their sorting and shipping right there in the warehouse.
Yeah. I mean, we've got UPS, FedEx, DHL.
Don't have DHL no more.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
We've still got a DHL office just
We
down the
may
road.
have, but it's not DHL anymore.
Oh, they switched name?
It's now Every.
Yeah.
No.
DHL and Every have merged.
All right. Because Every was Hermes.
Yeah. It's the only part of DHL that stayed separate is its corporate business. So like doing stuff for motorsports and sporting events.
Cool down.
Yeah.
It now gives every access to every country in the world.
And what's the other one?
Yodel.
Yeah, Yodel. Yeah.
DX.
Yodel.
Oh Lord, Vance shook the new Pope's hand.
What?
I said the Vance was at the inaugural mass of the new Pope, and he shook Vance's hand. Last person, the other Pope, there was Vance also.
I've seen so many videos of Donald Trump threatening, cartoon videos of Donald Trump threatening the Pope. If you don't toe the line, I'll send in Vance.
Oh man, here we go.
Yeah, was he referring to Director Vance of NCIS?
What you call it, Vance, Vice President.
Yeah, I know.
Mark was being a smartass, yeah.
Yeah, I know. You notice I just let that one go.
Have you noticed, Mark? Whenever we have a joke, we're smart asses. When they have a joke, it's a joke.
Yeah, it's funny. There.
It's only funny if TJ says it's funny.
Well, that's everything then.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm still trying to figure out what's funny. That's the problem.
But the problem is it's pretty good.
That's good. That's good.
Thing I got this week is Tuesday. I gotta make sure the weather's gonna be good. 5 o'clock at Coquille. I gotta shoot the girls softball all-star team.
What time?
5 o'clock. 5 p.m. That means I gotta leave here by about 3:30 to get there on time. And it's only about 3 miles away.
Well, if the weather's bad, they're
Actually,
not even gonna play anyway, right?
well, it's not a game. It's just all of the all-stars, so all the different teams come together for one picture or two pictures, technically. The picture of them together and then the two most valuable players with the coach. And I've shot it for the last like 7, 8 years, and they just keep telling me to do it, you know. I'll go out there for about 30 minutes, make $100 and go.
How far of a drive is it?
About 6 miles.
Well, that ain't bad.
But last year and every year since I've been flying drones, I just go out there at 3 o'clock and bring a drone and fly until they come. So I'll probably bring a couple of drones and fly around.
That's if you've got a couple of drones by then.
Well, I got a couple right now.
Now that's called being a smart ass, Justin.
Mhm.
I just posted that one I flew today. Sunday fun day, boating on the Chafunka River.
Oh, it's dropping. It's down at 4.9 now.
I've got to check that. I made that switch there, Justin, with that new stock. A new coin.
What switch?
From Bitcoin.
Oh yeah. I'm about to
And
crypto.
and the new one's up 3.15% in the last 2 days.
Yeah, like I said, dude, I don't recommend getting into the high end coins because you're buying so little of it, you're never really gonna make anything off of it.
Well,
I mean,
to give you an
that's that.
example, let's see, I'll tell you what I got.
Well, like Bitcoin, that's millionaire and billionaire playground, because it's $100,000 a coin, $103,000 a coin.
I'm trying to see where it said. Yeah, so technically for this, I own 31.610629 of them. So I own 31 of them, right?
Okay.
Instead of owning like a 0.00098 of Bitcoin, about 8 zeros in it, So I own 31 of these. And the word is that between the 19th, in a couple of days, this stuff is supposed to change the system over and come out with their futures. And if it comes out with their futures, they're saying these things can go as high as $10,000 a piece.
Fuck, I think I buy some.
All I'm telling you, if it jumps up at the 10,000 a piece, and I got 31 of them, guess who's selling them? Soon as I see that number, I'm sell it. I'll take small profit.
I'm gonna call his daughter. Guess what? Rent's not being paid no more. House is being bought.
Is that figure? I got 31 of them. If they hit 10,000, shoot.
Hey, you know what? I haven't heard any updates on your lawsuit.
They said it would be after. They said at least 6 months before they knew anything. And
But
that was the
6
beginning of the
months
year.
ago. They said that, didn't they?
No, that they said they weren't going to process any of them. They had 10 of them they were working on. That's not the company. The attorneys for the Marine Corps and the Navy had 10 of them that they chose at random. That they were out of 370,000. That they were going to go and each one of them had a different thing wrong, and they were going to go look at the combined stuff, and decide on what they were gonna judge each one of them worth. And then starting 6 months into 2025, they were gonna start letting people know this is what we will pay you right now
Yes, Donald, we're still
without
on.
fighting.
And welcome back,
So I got
TJ.
another month.
Going back
Oh.
to the Bitcoin thing, it actually makes me laugh over here when computer shops and pizza parlors say we accept Bitcoin. Who the fucking hell is going into a pizza shop going, "Can I have a pizza? Yeah, that'll be 5 Bitcoins, please." The fuck?
No, you're in percentages at that point. We need 0.00001.0%.
Yeah.
Like, dude, because if you order, like, if you own, say, $1,000 in Bitcoin, dude, that's still a tiny sliver of one coin. I mean,
Yeah.
a small sliver.
That's like 1%.
Yeah, it's nothing. That's why I said, don't get into the big coins that are already astronomically expensive because you don't have that kind of money. Get into the ones that are up and coming. You buy 10, 20, $30 of each one and just sit on them. If one of them blows up, it's going to pay for the rest of them.
Yeah, the name of this one I'm
Worst-
fooling with right now is XRP.
And if one, XRP's been around a long time,
Yeah.
but if one of them fails, you're only out 20, $30. That's not that's not something that's going to kill your retirement or whatever, you know. You invest a couple thousand, buy up a little bit of each kind, and just sit on them. There's some coins that they're so cheap you can get like 1,000,000 coins for like $10.
Yeah.
Shiba
All we gotta do is go
Uno.
to $1.
Was it the Shiba Uno ones?
Yeah.
I think
All
we're
we
like,
gotta do is hit $1.
yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. Like there's no point in investing in the real expensive ones. Because unless you're moving millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars back and forth, you're never going to really make anything.
Well, I only had like $80, $76 to spend. That's what I had in the account. So I just flipped the whole thing over.
Now,
And I'm at $78 now.
now, unless the Bitcoin all of a sudden tomorrow jumps to 2 million and you had 1,000 in there, then yeah, you'd make a decent profit. But the chances of that happening when the highest it's ever been, I think was like 103 or 106,000.
105.
Yeah, and it's never, it's and it's gone down as low as 15 in the past 2 years. So
right.
Yeah,
they're actually saying that this XRP could in the next week hit 10,000.
Now
and then there's another one. There's another one, Aileron or something like this.
Uh-huh.
And this one is affiliated with the graphics card people, NVIDIA. And then they got another thing, and it's US based, and Trump's trying to get it passed where US based crypto, there was no capital gain on it. And they're saying this could explode too.
Well, my only thing though is I have a feeling once countries start making their own cryptocurrency as their main currency for their countries,
yeah,
all the other shit, Bitcoin and all that's going to be worthless overnight because all these countries are going to come up with their own coin and they're all going to agree, okay, this is my coin, that's your coin, this is how we're going to trade now, is in digital currency. And they're going to say you can only use those digital currencies.
Yeah.
And that's how they're going to control
You're
it.
technically already trading in digital currency. Your dollar's a digital currency.
Oh, yeah. I know that. But what I'm saying, once they go completely cashless, though.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing that's going to come very, very soon is when countries start regulating.
That's my point. When
the United States is supposed to start this month.
When the U.S. says, okay, we have a USDT coin, that's what we're going to call it now, even though there already is one. But they're going to say that's the coin for the U.S. and they're going to tell companies that's the only currency you can trade for your gross domestic products within the U.S. And then if you go over to Britain, you'll be able to take that digital USDT coin and switch it for a British pound coin, right? Just like you would with how you used to do with cash when you did an exchange. And countries are going to say this is the official currency for every country, and they're going to say you can't use anything else. And then all that other crypto coins are all going to be gone because
Well,
they'll
they
be
got the
worthless
official
overnight.
Trump coin out there too.
Yeah, but that wasn't made by Trump though. It was made by somebody else,
Yeah, this one's $13 a piece.
and that's gone up because it was $12 yesterday.
Find out
They
what
go-
this damn thing's called. I wanted to look this up too.
But there's a lot of fake coins out there too that people start up, and then they end up crashing. So, but that's why I said you invest a little in each one, something that's not gonna fucking bankrupt you, and you'll be mad about it for a day, and then you won't think about it again.
But the
right?
problem is with this Bitcoin, there was that American Chris Kirchner. Yeah, he was meant to have had fucking billions and billions. He was fucking fine dining with motor racing stars and, you know, kings and princes and fucking everyone. Yeah. And then when they actually looked into his thing, all he had was 4 Bitcoin. He got jailed.
That's
Hmm.
400,000.
Because he overvalued his company and everything.
Well, I mean that, and see, I don't always blame the people that do that, because if these companies aren't doing their due diligence to begin with, like the banks that are giving loans to these companies and different things, it should be on all of them at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not just that guy, because everybody that was doing business with him, they didn't do any homework on the dude. Otherwise, they would have figured that out. You know, it's not that hard
Yeah,
these
but
days to figure.
sometimes to cut corners, you have to, cut costs. You have to take people at their word.
I mean, it's true, but at the same time, if you're investing millions with somebody, you still want to do some kind of background.
Oh yeah, if you're doing millions, but a lot of them, what they do is they don't go for millions. They just go, oh, we'll just go a couple of hundred, and so.
Well, it was like that girl. Remember that girl that got busted because she said she had that machine that could do any blood test in a matter of seconds? Remember that?
Yeah.
There was people giving her hundreds of millions of dollars. Well, why the fuck? None of you said, "Where's the machine at? Let me see it."
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you can't really blame somebody for lying about their valuation, and then a bank just throws them money, and then the bank doesn't do any due diligence to double check that. And then the bank wants to whine about it. Well, that's something you should have requested, financial records. You should have been able to, have a forensic, what do you want to call it? Like a forensic
examination
accountant come in. Yeah, they have forensic accountants that can come in and dig into all that shit and figure out whether you're lying or not.
The other one is Axon DAO. Okay.
Not familiar
That's
with
another
that
one. That's the one that they said is kind of tipped off that's going to explode too. That's at 0.11 cents right now.
Now listen, Paulster, don't get involved in this shit.
Yes.
But then the token, which I guess is the one you got to have, is not tradable on Coinbase.
Well, look at all the major coin traders, because if it's not carried on any of the major ones, then it's probably, just be careful. Don't put a lot of money into it.
Yeah, I'm
Because
gonna do it anyway.
Like Coinbase and all those, not to say they haven't had scam coins get on their platforms, but they tend to do a little background on them before they just throw them on there. And then it's like I said, 5 times already, just little investments on every one. That way, if you do lose, it's nothing crazy.
Yeah, the one I'm looking at, I want to get on is the one. This is the one. Yeah, this is the one right here. It says that they have currently a supply of 100 million tokens with 0 in circulation. Right? He said this is the one that they're trying to process in a couple of weeks. And this is going to be a United States based crypto, and it's not going to have any capital gains tax on it. It's being traded currently on 5 active markets. They have to
Yeah,
go
it's
find it.
probably foreign markets because it hasn't been approved for the US market
Well, I
yet.
think, what was that one you were telling me about yesterday?
Uh,
Some crazy name. Something like Bullwinkle or something.
Bullwinkle. Hold on. Let me
It
look
was a crazy name. I can't remember what you said.
Let me see.
Yeah, this is the crypto AXGT. That's what it is. That's the one I want to buy, but I can't get it through here. Now, wait. AXGT is available
Yeah, if you want to invest in
online.
a serious crypto, yeah, what about just Davo? Yeah. Don't worry, Justin, I'll cut you in on this.
Let's see here. Well, let's see. Your top ones are going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, XRP, BNB, Solana, USDS or USDC, Dogecoin, Cardano, Tron,
Dogecoin.
Shibu Inu.
The hell is Musk going to do now next? Fucking Dogecoin.
Shibu Uno. That's that one's been around a long time, and that one's really cheap right now. Joe, you can get that one really cheap.
Yeah.
Polkadot's
gonna
been
see what-
around a long time. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what happens in the next couple of days with this one. Because the one I've got, like I said, if this sucker all of a sudden jumps up and I've got 31 shares of it, they'll never know.
What
Trying to
happened
find
to
it.
them ones where you just bought a pixel of a picture?
I don't know.
Yeah, but if it jumps up to that kind of value, isn't the market for selling it going to be pretty low?
Don't know. All I know is I'll tell her I want to sell it for cash now.
I can't. I know which one you were talking about. I can't find it now though.
But I tell you what, that'd be nice if somebody said jump on it, even if it's going like if it gets like to 5,000, it's supposed to drop back. I mean, like 5,000 supposed to drop back. I'll try to get rid of it. Gain that small profit.
That door comes open, I'm putting a padlock on it.
Don't worry, birds. All you have to do is take the toilet off the wall.
Yep, that's what they need to do.
Don't encourage them.
Yep.
Yeah, see ones like this, Jeff. These are the
Really?
ones. You see how cheap that is? Like a fraction of a penny.
Oh yeah.
Those are the ones, dude. You spend $30 and you'll have like a million fucking coins.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can find that one yesterday because I can't remember the name of it. That was the one that was trading supposedly at 0. Yeah, I don't know where it went. I can't find it, man. There's another one. It's going to be really cheap. And some of these may never go anywhere. Like I said, that's why you want to invest small amounts.
Yeah.
Because you can buy a lot and then just sit on them. Worst case scenario, you're out $20-30.
I missed my big chance with eBay. I really did miss that chance. I didn't listen. I listened. I did. I realized I shouldn't have listened to what she was telling me.
Yeah, but look how many people missed out on Bitcoin.
Oh yeah.
I mean, people were just giving them away back in the day, and they would have held on to them, they would have been
You
worth
remember?
hundreds
You
of
remember
millions.
in Big Bang Theory when they mined loads of Bitcoin and then
They could find them.
yeah, they couldn't find it because Sheldon had put it on his Batman keyring,
What's up, TJ Donald? How's it
and
going?
then yeah. But that's the problem with Bitcoin, right? You could have billions in Bitcoin, yeah, but one corrupt memory card and it's fucking gone.
Yep. That's what happened to that one guy. He had a wallet and it had it
Is that the
was
guy that's trying to was trying to buy the tip?
no. This guy had a wallet with like $100 million worth of Bitcoin on there, and he can't remember the password, and he's already put the password in twice. If he puts it in 3 times, it locks the wallet up permanently forever, and he won't be able to get into it. And he can't figure out the password. He's been sitting on the hard drive for years now because he can't remember. Because it's like your passwords are like 20 random words. And if you didn't write them down, like literally people write the passwords down because they're so long. Like you just don't want to have them anywhere digitalized, right? You want to have it written down, taped under your desk type shit. You know, you don't want it anywhere on the digital anything so that somebody can get a hold of.
Yeah.
And then there was the guy that traded 10,000 Bitcoins for, what was it, 2 or 3 large pizzas back in the day?
Yeah.
Because they were worth pennies at the time. And then there was the other guy that his wife threw his hard drive away. And
Yeah,
it went
there's a
into a
guy.
landfill.
I think it's actually over here. There's a guy that wants to buy a landfill site, or he's actually bought the landfill site, but he can't get a permit to dig it up.
Yeah, because you're talking, dude, the landfills, there's a lot of toxic shit in those. You know, you'd have to like have like people out there in hazmat suits and shit digging through there.
Fancy
You're
actually
talking,
owning the landfill site, knowing where the hard drive is, but you can't get to it.
yeah, that was the one that guy I was talking about. Yeah, he ended up in the landfill, and they know what area the landfill was in because surprisingly, landfills do keep track of where they dump each truck
Yeah.
on a certain date and time, so they know where. And that's because that way, if there is like say a body or something, they can track where in the landfill it's at. But they've never been able to find it.
Next time you see it, fucking Seagull's got it.
Like the best high end coin that you could invest in, to be honest, Joe, if you wanted to spend money, would be Ethereum, BNB, or Solana. Those are your 3 best. But I would stay away from Bitcoin. That's just too much. Unless it drops down to like 10 grand again or 13 grand,
Right.
then you might want to jump on it. And maybe if you have the money at that time, put 13,000 in and buy one, a whole coin, and sit on it.
Yeah.
Because it's gone down to that price multiple times and went right back up to 80, 90, 100,000. So if you look at the 5-year chart on it,
There you
it's
go,
gone.
Justin. That's what we should do. Create a coin called Tip Coin,
Tip coin.
just to wind him up.
Yeah.
Who's Steven? What?
Yeah. See, Paul's got like 85,000 Bitcoins, but he can't remember the password.
That was when we were talking about the Feast of Stephen. Since Stephen Day, they
yeah,
have to.
You're fucking all on Spotify.
But it is spelt with a PH, not a V, TJ.
So Bitcoin users have misplaced about 20% of all existing tokens.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
I want to say there's only like 1 million of them in circulation or something. It's not a lot. Not like some of the other big cryptos where they have like 100 billion coins, something stupid, ridiculous. Let me see exactly how many there are because I'm curious.
You heard that shit about the Saints, the New Orleans Saints, what's that guy's name? The quarterback, Derek the quarterback. He hurt his shoulder like a couple of games into right near the end of the season. And right before the season started, they wanted to renegotiate his contract. So then he started talking about his shoulder. Maybe we need the operation and all of this. So he started procrastinating on it. So they didn't have to get his permission to renegotiate. So they renegotiated, handed him a $20 million like straight out signing, and renegotiated it. And so he waited till the draft was over with, where we really didn't take anybody for a quarterback. And then he said, "I'm retiring."
Okay, so
What a dick.
there's 20 million Bitcoins. I was way off. There's 20 million in circulation in existence right now. There's 1.1 million left to be mined that still have not ever been mined. There's 94% of them are in circulation so far, and they put out 900 new ones every day.
So in other words, if you had the
So-
money, you could buy like 200 or 300 of them.
Well, there's only about
Hope it goes up.
Yeah, there's about 7% left to be released. And
Yeah.
they're releasing 900 a day. So, and then there's 20% of that 19 million in total that are missing, that people
Wow.
have lost.
Well, if I bought say 50 of them, I want the physical things. You know.
Because Bitcoin only has so many, and then they'll never release them again.
Yeah. That's like just what I was telling you about, that Axiom. It's supposed to have I think it's 1 billion is gonna be the top.
Oh yeah, there's one can't remember the name of it, but there was like 100 billion of them that were in circulation.
Yeah.
And then they started burning some. They were burning like a couple 100,000 a day trying to get rid of some. But it would still take forever. Oh shit, I guess they're having hail in Arkansas. David just sent me an article. Northwest
Well, they had
Arkansas
St.
hailstorm.
Louis had a tornado go through and really tore the place up.
She was in St. Louis today. When was that? Today?
A couple of days ago.
Was she okay? Yeah, I guess north. Yeah, it's the north west.
Yeah, they had a picture of all this damage at this one, like looked like a apartment area. And they said this is what it looked like yesterday. And they showed a guy standing inside looking out his windows. You know, and it was beautiful. And then all that's gone, you know. That's crazy. Yeah. They had some construction workers working with a bulldozer and a extricator. And they were in the truck, and they said, "We're in the middle of a freaking tornado." And the thing a piece of the tree goes flying on top of one of the machines. They're sitting there, and all of a sudden, this tree jumps up out of the thing, almost lands on them. Two of the machines and their truck was covered, and the truck they were in almost got covered with trees. That's crazy stuff. Oh, I'm gonna go to bed early tonight.
Well, what do you guys think?
Yeah, it's about that time.
All to blame tonight.
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again in the morning. Take care.
Bye, everybody.